Mic check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. All praises to the ever present creator that always was, is, and ever shall be. It's your little brother Malaki Macabee. Y'all see the title, it's your God and Idol. Spirit Basics 101. It's your God and Idol. Creative game versus everybody on the House of Consciousness. You know, it's just what it is, man. It's been a lot going on. Nick Rose is arguing over every aspect of God, their deity, their spiritual system. And it's like, for real, man, it's almost like the whole entire conscious community is running around like a chicken that just got his head lopped off. That's basically what it is. It's all y'all fault, man. It's you creative game niggas' fault. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all and we see y'all. Shout out to my brother Bishop XFG Keys, y'all Daisy, baby. Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the Four Horsemen, my brethren, my brothers in arms, my comrades. Daryl Cosmon, Kyle, the cloud kicker. Daryl Cosmon is Robert McCall, the equalizer. You got our beloved brother Selah Shalom, King Selah Shalom. As a matter of fact, let's listen to that real quick. Hey, Bronze. If Bronze is in here, somebody dropped the YouTube channel with the Undergrads album on it, man. Man, bro's been really getting it in, man, putting that pain down. I want to play some of that. You know what I mean? Credit gang, we got our own music too, man. We just, you know, brothers and sisters is just, you know, in another stratosphere, in a whole nother world, whole nother vortex than everybody. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my sis, the fire starter, Miss Chieftainess Key. What's the word, sis? Keep your head on the swivel. I heard, girl. Keep your eyes peeled and your head on a swivel. Shout out to my sister Global Purpose is in the building. Much love, light, and balance to this sister. You know what I mean? Very spiritual. Much love. Shout out to my Ox Shannon. What's the deal, Ox? You back making them clothes, man? You know what I mean? I need some new drip, man. I need to, you know, from head to toe. You know, I'll be out here repping. You feel me? Shout out to the DC Sniper. Yakeem Mack is in the building, man. Much love to my brother. You know his brother many years. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Faith, this man Yahoo Savage is in the building. What's the word? Much love, light, and all that good stuff in between. We got Hub City in the building. Emma. Much love, Emma. You know what I mean? How you doing? What's the word? I know what's a lot going on, ain't it? I know. But much love to you, your family, all your children, your great. I think you got great greats out here, don't you? Great grandchildren. There's much love to you, Iman. You dig? Daughter of the Creator. Much love, much love. Hey, yeah. If any of y'all know the YouTube channel, I can go find the whole Undergrads album. My brothers and them produced the album in this deal, man. Based off the books that's in the it's starting to get obvious, if you ask me. You know what I mean? But if y'all know where that link is, drop that in the chat. And you know, let me go ahead and share this real quick. Shout out to the sisters, the goddesses in training. Shout out to the bros, the gods in training. You know, and it's all glory and honor to the ever-present Creator, the God Maker. Everybody around here getting, you know, praised, and you know, the man has his own money. Shout out to the mayor of the west side of the STL, my brother Abiel Israel, or AB is in the building. ASN on the prowl, baby. Much love, man. Much love. All right, let me do this real quick. Bang. 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 And once again, shout out to the haters, the jawjackers, and the naysayers, man. It's you, Creator Gang, brothers' fault. Y'all know it. The conscious community is in shambles right now, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
So y'all want to say that the brother won? Y'all can say what you want to. Y'all voted the way y'all voted. I ain't hurt.
King Selah Shalom, another victory. Hail me, the king, cause that's what it tend to be. War child got crushed, I took him out his misery. Swing swords cut his vocal cords quite sufficiently. Zion under my feet, met his defeat instantly. Trying to compete, run a retreat before you mention me. In the Coliseum, I got eyes on my enemies. In mausoleums, I'ma leave them for coming centuries. Headshot, fatal, couldn't recover from his injuries. Bloody gore, ligaments tore, did him vicious, gut him to the core. Give him some more, straight consistent, settle the score. Cause I'm for sure another victor. Cut through Zion like a knife, decapitate, take life. put his head on the altar for the ultimate sacrifice. For years you've been living lies, following the myth in the sky. Greco-Roman theology through Ethiopian eyes. You just as blind as Christians who thinking Jesus is why. Truth in front your face and you seem to can't get it right. Jah Rastafari, not gonna save your life. Real killers move in silence in the shadow of night. The sleeping giant awoke, you know it's been a while. Coming out of hibernation, hungry, thirsty on the prowl. When the conquering lion growl, it echoes about a mile. I'm the real god of war, this nigga just a war child. Sacrifice him to his god, now his soul's immortal. Walking through the valley of death on brimstone tiles. Zion wanted smoke, got suffocated by poison clouds. If you can't take the heat, get the hell out the kitchen now. Standing on my square, I'm here to retain the crown. This debate Coliseum, I'm bringing the building down. 2 years ago, we told you a new sheriff was in town. Battle of the holy books, bitch, we back you niggas down.
Woo! Man, it's hot up in this place, man.
For each and every corporeal world, created our vortex first, and by its rotation and by the places in the firmament whither it traveleth, caused are the vortex to conceive the corporeal world. A great vortex created I for the sun, and within this vortex and subject to it, made I the vortices of many of the corporeal worlds. Think not, oh, think not, think not. Oh man, that I created the sky, a barren waste, think not, and void of you. Think not. Even as man in the corporeal form is adapted to the corporeal earth, so is he in the spiritual form adapted to my ethereal worlds. 3 great estates have I bestowed on man: the corporeal, the atmosphere, and the ethereal. Things that man sees, created I with a beginning and an end. But the unseen I made of endless duration. The corporeal man made I belonging to the scene, but the spiritual man made I as one within the unseen and everlasting. As the corporeal man beholdeth corporeal things, so doth the spiritual man follow upward the evaporated corporeal entities of things. As corporeal things are tangible to corporeal world.
Creator gang is undefeated. I keep it real, pack to steal it, whoever want it. Clap, Judah be running laps when he get confronted. Got Devil Cosmon and knock you off of 500. They hit the club, roll up a Judah dub, forever blunted. Contemplating on who we gonna take out next. Got Cosmo, Cal, Malaki Macabee, the best. The 4 horsemen who understand the business. Contract killers won't hesitate to kill a witness. 21 bodies executed on my head list. JJ trying to watch me. trying to take pictures. Y'all out working with what's in pain, a bunch of snitches. Peer pressure separate the real from the bitches. Niggas be gang gang until you start to bang bang. Let a nigga brains hang on everybody like dang. You thought it couldn't happen. Yahweh wouldn't smoke 9/11 Manhattan. Bullets in his breastplate, both lungs collapsing. Hands reaching in the air for the air he grasped it. The flyer was made, Sila Shalom, first captain. But the captain ran away just like if nothing happened. I'm a certified killer. Peel a nigga, cut him open and feed him his own liver. Graphic is how I paint the picture. Shoot shots like a pitcher. Split JJ like a swish. Cut the head off for the lion's den and watch the rest of the body quiver. Core shots I deliver when it's crunch time on the trigger. Got you paired with eagles, fly like seagulls when it's time. I scoot out, shoot out. Air out Yara every time. Standing behind enemy lines, killing my enemies every time. Defend the faith like Muslim Sunni soldiers at a shrine. I facilitate thoughts beyond the thoughts of mankind. Create a gang is in the prime while you niggas get left behind. Creative gang is undefeated. Salute, Daryl Cosma, Cal, Malaki Macabee, and the whole Creative gang. Nigga, we outside with it. All that huffing and puffing don't mean nothing. You step in the dojo.
Jehovah said, by virtue of my presence, I created the seen and unseen worlds. And I commanded man to name them. And man called the seen worlds corpor, and the unseen worlds is. And the inhabitants of corpor man called corporians. But the inhabitants of theirs, he sometimes called their sons and sometimes spirits. And sometimes spirits, and sometimes spirits, and sometimes spirit, and sometimes angels. And Creator said, I created the earth and fashioned it and placed it in the firmament. And by my presence brought man forth a living being. I gave him a corporeal body so that he could learn corporeal things. And I made death so that he could rise in the firmament and inherit my Etherian worlds. The Spirit gave dominion over corpor, with as I filled all place in the firmament. But corpor I made into earth's moons, stars, and suns. Beyond number I made them, and I caused them to float in the places I allotted to them.
Shout out to my brother Sila Shalom, Cosma Cal. Hey yo, I need the this Cal caller right here. I need the album. I need the undergrads album. Cal, I need the undergrads album. I'm live right now.
Go on undergrads on whatchamacallit, and it's on just pull it up on the Google, you'll see the undergrads thing.
Is it a YouTube channel or not?
Yeah, it's a whole channel.
Okay, it's called the undergrads.
Yeah, pull up the
Hey,
undergrads.
do me a favor, just post it in the live chat so I can click on that deal.
Alright, let me go.
Alright, good looking out.
Let me do this shit.
All right. What's the word, family? Yeah. I've been trying to, dang. I'm trying to go ahead and get it cracking. How come I can't do this? See, like, send it to my Facebook Messenger, man. I can't even. I don't know why they ain't let me pull that up. But yeah, y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all see the topic, Spirit Basics 101. It's your deity and idol. It's your God and idol. It's Creative Gang versus the HOK, or us versus everybody. I believe everybody know that by now. And like I say, man, the whole community is in shambles right now. Negroes is arguing over everything. If the Hebrew is the Habiru, if they the Hekakasu, a whole bunch of just, back and forth arguments. That's just a whole bunch of dry earth. You feel me? So it's just like with me, I'm like, really, it's you created gaming's fault, man. People in denial. You feel me? And they all argue. They all argue, man. They can't pass it down. Shout out to Bronze Yo. Shout out to Bronze Yo. Bronze be dropping these short little hits, man. Bronze, you need to drop something, man. Going back to old school hip hop, man, when we had 316s, man.
Yeah. Yo, the champ is back. 2025 in the super cat. I'm authentic. I'm true to that. Let the bag come to me. Super fat. Never selling the soul. Even though you know your boy cold. I'm tight. Send the slow. They mad about the O. They mad about the dentist. Regurgitating false info. Don't even know what's in it. The gang is full of God and goddesses. We training in it. We put their feet to the fire. Crossing that bridge. Holla at Nehemiah. We some hidden figures. Ain't too many of us left. There's some real niggas. I'll show you boys how to out and right. Whenever I speak, it's auto type. While you coddle mics, I keep it simple. Spark the Super 7, slow down the mental. And the yo stay killing instrumentals. We organic, why y'all dudes is fast food, parasitic. That's why y'all stay in a bad mood. It's sad to say, the cash still rules. The world is upside down, we built with bad news. And even good guys can have bad shoes. Debating the 4 horsemen, leave a bad bruise.
Shout out to the Bronze Yo in the building. Ema said, I need more than just rap. I know, Ema. I know. We got a whole bunch of, mixture of everything going on. I'm going to play a little something else later on. You know what I mean? We about to get right into it. We know we got different walks of life, different age groups and brackets. Ema don't listen to no rap. So, you come up in grandmama's house. You can turn that off. Turn that off. I don't want to hear that noise. Well, mama, we got you. Believe that. We got you. You dig? Is your God and I? Spirit Basics 101. Spirit Basics 101. And I would beg, not even beg, I don't even like that word, but I would say most 99.9% of the world don't even know they dealing with an idol, a deity. You dig? A false god, pump faking. Like it's the Almighty. That's the biggest trick ever, man. It is. It's like, oh my God, man. I mean, if y'all see the thumbnail, that's a coin of Yahweh or Yahweh or how you say Yahuwah or however you say it. Yahweh, Yahweh. Negro sound like he's gonna choke Yahweh or Yahweh or Yah or whatever rendition of the name YHWH, tetragrammaton, 4-letter, whatever. All right, that's an actual 4th century BCE coin of Yahweh with a Kango on. Huh? Now, what you used to call them damn tails back in the day? Them bush, them little, not just a single tail, but the whole thing across the back of the lower extremity of your head. I forgot what they used to call them, mullen or something. I forgot what they used to call that thing, but yeah, that's an image of Yahweh. That's artifact in history. There should be no image of the Almighty at all. The Almighty is not in the image of any of His creation. I think we all know that by now. You feel me? Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the gang.
We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength.
I put these brothers up against anybody in the world. I said it, mark it, timestamp it. You understand? That the rear end whooping we gave Kemet, boy, they still ain't recovered from that, man. I realized that. I'm like, boy, y'all conveniently protecting Jabari. Y'all know good and well when he got in that debate, boy, he was very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed, man. You dig? That was a bad look That was a bad look for Kimmy, man. Very, very, very bad look. Let me go ahead and play this bird. Play this again. Shout out to the gang, man.
We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength.
That's the source of our strength, boy. Put these boys up against anybody in the world, especially the flimsy HOK, man. That's easy work. I see y'all got some new characters around. Got the one Negro look like J. Cole. I said that Negro look like J. Cole, man. What's the light-skinned brother name? They got a squad. They call themselves the Bomb Squad. Some young brothers, you know what I mean? It's almost cute if you want to ask me. Like, it's just a whole bunch of research, whole bunch of information. But we still don't know which spiritual system y'all standing on. And who's the chief deity of that spiritual system. Stop hiding. Come on outside. Let us know what you into. Ancestral worship? What y'all doing over there? Huh? Like who you like? What's really going on? We hear you coming out with your different, topics. You got your one brother look like J. Cole. You got the other brother look like the Ain't Your Mama on the the woman, the slave woman on the syrup. And then the other dick bro, oh my God, look like the Little Rascals. The one look. I said, oh, God, man, this is y'all answer for us. And it's just a whole bunch of arguing. That's it. It's just you niggas want to argue about what though? About what though? Because what we own, we let it be known. We stand on Creator. We stand on Creator. Period. You dig? The God Maker. So that means every deity you uttered off your lips in your prayer breath, saying your prayers, is a creation of who we talking about. So, I mean, I see all, older scholars and scholastic and, the primary sources. And, it's not a primary, primary and secondaries. And if the gods in Kemet were freaky or not. The contentions of Horus set and went up his nephew's rectum and oh my God, man, what is really going on? These niggas ejaculating on lettuce and eating it. And these are your gods in Kemet. And then you got Dick Rose like Jose Francis in denial. You got the young brother Kassad that jumped on there and like, nah, I'm popping my stuff. Nah, y'all gods are gay. Negroes catching speedballs to the face. It's real freaky, man. It's the type that you wouldn't show your children. Your child came out like one of my sons is very inquisitive. My little joke will run up on you. Okay, so Abba, so how were we created? And you think I'm finna lick my fingers and flip to the Kemet creation story? Hell to the no. And no, not at all. Oh man, freaky ass Kemet got 69 gods. We dissed them too. Let me play that movie here. Dissed them too. Everybody get hit. Nobody's safe. Alright, okay, what is that, man? Hit that tap in, bang, come song. I already know we lost commissions right there. Team Kemet diss, man. Oh my God, it got ugly. It got ugly.
Creator Gang is undefeated. Creator Gang is undefeated. Know that. Know that. They not like us. Separate the real from the fake is a must. We stand on Creator and no God we trust. Team Kemet got crushed into powder and dust. Woo! Kemet looking bad now. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many men down? Look at us all running, ducking, trying to skip town. Now power one it in. You Hebrew, what you Kemet now? Siding with the people that enslaved your own people now? Chop you up into pieces and throw you in the river now. Bet you right beside you, get ate by Kemetic crocodile. Look, we got them running, covering square miles. Scared to death, what's left? Only to take the crown. Get smashed down on your own stomping ground. We took over like the Hicksons on your turf doing a disco. 2-stepping, no half-stepping with the info. You wouldn't even know the book of the dead, bro, if it wasn't posted for the translation done by Miss Sparrow. Your time's narrow, send me missiles, blow out your arch arrows. Arches down, so goes the Pharaoh. I saw him reading the glyphs like he an expert. But where he learned that from? This about to hurt. First translation came from Samuel Birch. European Egyptology gave you it first. You couldn't translate a bird to a word without looking up them European definition verbs. Y'all niggas acting like y'all blackity black. Frontin' to the people, man, y'all niggas actually whack. Your pathetic comedic creation meant it's a trap. The blind leading the blind with no actual facts. Shabario Saze, you softer than Sade. Come to find out he followed Yahweh. That was your execution. You Rosicrucian. Western thought you using. You are quite confusing. Don't know what you doing. How my eye got you moving. Right now you are losing. At your wake I'm viewing. R.I.P. communion. Mummy wrapped in ruin. OSB is ruling. Science has been proven. All motion move.
What?
You live in an illusion. Who you think you fooling? Think you need some schooling. It's like Reggie out here living in a ghost town. Walking around like I see dead people around. I don't believe in spirits, but I believe them now. Stuttering Stanley, you can have a seat now.
Stuttering Stanley, stuttering.
Y'all do great. Wethy. Y'all do Wethy like that. He still ain't recovered from that. Oh my God. These niggas arguing over their freaky gods, catching speedballs to the face, the set that run up the horse's rectum, and somebody else ate some lettuce that had ejaculation on it. It's like you wouldn't show your children none of this. Your young child run up on you and get to asking you how in the hell was everything created. You about to go to the Kemet creation story? I think not. I think not. Boy, y'all do Wendy like this though, man. Oh my God.
Stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley.
You freak.
Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods.
That's true, man. Kemet is got freaky gods. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Yeah, man, boy, did y'all hear that Papoose boy? How he got on 50? Woo! Woo! Hey, C-Lot, I'm gonna send you the 40 for that. Yeah. My loved one ended up finding that. They had it in some type of locker, man, at the damn post office. You know what I mean? But they got it now. So I'm gonna send you, because I gotta get some anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you that 40 for that. You know what I mean? Much love, right? But nah, the commissions, look, they have no room to talk about nobody. Nobody. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna talk about no Christians, no Muslims, no nothing, nobody. They need to shut the hell up and be quiet. You know what I mean? Because look, it's so bad with them, they won't even come outside and tell you their deities are real. They're all mythological concepts. Wow. Yeah, Kemet got their gods are very freaky.
That's freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69.
Y'all think it's a game? Look at the glyph behind C-Lot. That's a Negro catching a speedball to his face. His own speedball. Look at that. This naked man right here is supposed to be the sky. These niggas just look, bro. This is the actual creation, one of the creation glyphs, and look what's happening. Let's not act like we don't see this. Man, yeah, ain't got no room to say that.
Gods, 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Creator gang is undefeated. Creator gang is undefeated, and it's gonna remain that way.
Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the CGG, still cooking in the building. You know what I mean? Nothing but love and light to the fam, man. Yeah, I ain't for real. I'm saying, man, look, Kemet ain't got no room to say nothing. And it seems like right now with okay, they hold their saviors are these young brothers call themselves the Bomb Squad. One Negro look like J. Cole, the other one look like the little cat off the Little Rascals, another one look like the Ain't Your Mama, the woman on the syrup bottle. You dig? But it's just a whole bunch of just information. Y'all studying different aspects of history. But y'all still ain't came out and revealed which spiritual system y'all are adepts to. Or which spiritual system are you studying, and who's the chief deity? Other than that, you know, we care not to lip wrestle with Negroes about different aspects of the past. Let's get to the right now. Like, what's going on right now? What's popping? You dig? And one thing I've noticed is y'all real quiet about the deities. You dig? So I, you know, came on today. It's your God and idol, and this is gonna hit everybody across the backboard. Everybody across the backboard. You know, you're gonna have to, you know, go within and ask yourself, well, dang, it's true. Like, you know what I mean? Am I really dealing with an idol, a deity? You know what I mean? What you're gonna find out is, yeah. You dig? But you know, the beautiful thing about this is ain't none of this your fault. You know what I mean? It's just from this point forward, what you gonna do about it. You dig? Because really the whole point is to make you some type of slave. You know what I mean? Some type of slave devoted to some type of deity. You know what I mean? Man, over here we're no one's slave. You dig? Dealing with the creator's liberty, it's freedom. You know what I mean? We ain't nobody's slave around these parts. Our only job is look, we only charged with doing good to you. You know what I'm saying? We only charged with doing right to the next man, woman, and child. That's it. It ain't no, you know, it ain't nothing too advanced or crazy or like you got to learn calculus or chemistry or none of that. Got to become an astrophysicist and study all types of crazy equations. Man, it's real simple. Greater say, if you want to be all who choose me are my chosen. And how do you serve the Almighty? You serve the Almighty by doing good to the next man, woman, and child. It's real easy work. Let me show y'all the difference between who we talking about and who they talking about. You know what I mean? This is easy work. You know what I mean? Shout out to the CGG in the building, man. Y'all go ahead and share this. Share this across all your platforms, man. You know what I mean? Creative Gang still cooking. Creative Gang still bombing. You dig? And anybody want to get in the ring when it comes down to these spiritual matters? Hey, yeah, they already know we gang. It's just what it comes down to is a lot of folks avoid us like the plague. You really don't want to deal with that topic. You really want to deal with who's the chief deity? Who's the chief deity when you of whatever spiritual system you're talking about? What is this really about, Malaki? All right, watch this right here. Let's show this right here. Let me show y'all the difference real quick, man. This is easy money for us. Share the screen. All right. And check this out right here. Bang. Me and Estra, you know, over here we dive into what's called the Book of Sky, Earth, Spirit, Spade. Very, very deep, profound. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, man, like, look, it just comes down to a lot of these things that people out here pumping is subjective until you go through the experience. Then it becomes objective, right? But we were created to investigate creation. You know what I mean? In essence, you know, learn more about your creator based off of its creation. You feel me? So you investigate. All right, but which system in order make the most sense? That's all it comes down to. Like what creator or Almighty or who y'all calling God will put you in a situation where you can't learn about the Almighty until you get to a certain spot? Or is it that in creation, all you got to do is observe, taking information through observation, in essence, reading creation, and the more you find out about creation is the more you find out about your creator. Like the tools you need to learn to advance, progress, and all that is right in front of you. It's right there. You dig? So check this out. This is out of Estra, book Speed, a headshot. Look at this. This is a 3-in-1. It said, "Hear my voice, O angels and mortals. The words of the heavens of the earth are my words, orderly and well disciplined. Orderly and well disciplined. No man can imitate me. Angels cannot counterfeit me. My words are from the fountain that never errs. Ooh, wee, boy, did y'all hear that? Huh? My words orderly and well disciplined. No man can imitate me. Whew. Whew. Hold on. Angels cannot counterfeit me. Remember that. My words are from the fountain that never errs. The Creator don't miss. Huh? Creator don't miss. Look at this, verse 2. That deal say, whoever sees my way. Check this out right here. It says, whoever sees my way cannot fail to understand. I do not quibble. You know, I heard about the lip wrestle with you Negroes. About what? Get out here and just blow your hot breath. About what? You hear what the Almighty said? I do not quibble nor beat about the bush. Even lords and gods are as nothing in my hands. I trim them up and prune their orchards in my own way. I sift and weigh and assort. For I am the Creator. I am Jehovah, the Almighty. You can't deal with that, man. That. Look, listen. Sit down somewhere. That's a whole nother level, man. You dig? He straight tell you angels can't counterfeit me. Huh? Nothing can imitate me. My words are from the fountain that never errs. Dang, that's okay. I don't quibble, nor do I beat around the bush. Ain't no tiptoeing through the tulips with Creator. Even lords and gods are as nothing in my hands. I trim them up and prune their orchards in my own way. I am the Creator. The Almighty, man. Like, look, you can't beat them, join them. That's what that comes down to. You can't beat them, join them. Oh, wait. Good to see y'all in the building. Let's get into more of this, man. Is your God an idol? That's an excellent question, man. What if you've been dealing with an idol this whole time? A deity, pump fake. What if? I mean, after all, you quoted and devoted, right? Ain't you quoted and devoted? You quoted and devoted, ain't you? We know. What is the character of the Creator? Is your God an idol? Man, see, here you go, always starting stuff, brother. Let's get into a few definitions. What is omnipotent? Omnipotent is one who has unlimited power of authority. One who is omnipotent, meaning what? All powerful. You can't, nobody argue against that. Even if you worship a damn packet of ketchup, in your mind, your deity or your God is what? All powerful. All right? Drop a 10,000 in the chat if the understanding is that the Creator, who we call him the Creator, is all powerful. And if Creator is all powerful, y'all, that means there's no weakness in the Almighty. There's no weakness then. You can't be all powerful and then have a smidgen of weakness. You know what I mean? A crack of weakness. Across the board, physically, mentally, spiritually, nah. Either you all powerful or you ain't. Drop a 10,000 in the chat for the Creator, man. The Creator is all powerful. We ain't about to water down the Almighty just because you don't like it. We can care less about what you feel and think. It means absolutely nothing to us. It means absolutely zero. You dig? Shout out to Ace Base in the building. All right, let's get into this then. All right, well, what is Malachi? What is omniscient? Omniscient, and look, all these definitions is right in your Merriam-Webster's. Nick Rose is your source credible? Oh my God, man, y'all arguing over sources and Ain't nobody even dependent on the voice of the Almighty no more. You tripping off all these. I mean, we bring our sources and all that. That's because that's what y'all need. You know what I mean? Omniscient, possessed of universal or complete knowledge, meaning knows everything. Huh? So shouldn't the Almighty, the Creator, who you call God, the one you worshiping and bowing to, shouldn't it have all knowledge? Huh? But if the Creator or who you calling God is equipped with all knowledge, then that means there ain't a lick of ignorance, retardation, stupidity in Creator. Knows all powerful, all knowledge. Huh? Well, y'all, you got to remove Jesus out of the way of being created in, because there are things that Jesus don't even know according to his own mouth. We go right into the Bible. He tell you the day he's supposed to return or whatever, or the day of the Son of Man. Don't nobody know but the Father in heaven. Not even him. He don't even know. Well, that means he don't got complete knowledge. If we go with the biblical narrative, Jesus don't have complete knowledge. He don't know all. Just based off his own words, that removes Jesus off the table as being the Almighty. Jesus was killed too, so he ain't all powerful. Gotta move him off the table. You see what has happened is a God has been invented. Shout out to the real Yahshua, man, the real Yahshua, the insane Yahshua. Salute. We ain't got no problems, big bro, man. Look, handle his business. But are you handling yours? You see? What has happened here, they didn't create a God and gave it to you. It ain't the first time in history this has happened. If y'all know who Serapis is. Serapis is a God that was made by the Greeks. Yeah, not that around the same time or a little bit before who you calling Jesus. Yeah, a mixture of Apis the bull and Osiris. They got an image of this cat. This nigga had a priesthood. Yeah, all in Egypt. Serapis, an invented God. Huh? Yeah. You see? Yeah. We gonna crack the skull of your deity today. Omnipresent or ever present. What does this mean? Present in all places at all times. Shout out to my brother Kyle. Breathe in, let the light in. The Creator is everywhere. Ain't a place you can go hide. It don't matter if you go down into the sewer. The Creator is present in all places at all times. Fills all place and space, or what you call ever present. Everywhere. So we got all powerful, all knowledge, fills all space and place. And also unseen, incapable by nature of being seen, and not perceptible by vision. Now, if you agree that who we calling the Almighty God, your Creator, is all powerful, knows all knowledge, fills all space and place, and a nam person breathing or doesn't ever breathe, doesn't ever grace this earth or any world, has ever laid eyes on the Almighty. If you agree with that, drop a 2LK in the chat. And if any of you Christians are listening, you should not be offended. You should not be offended. Any of you Israelites listening, any Muslims listening, those that's into ancestral worship and all these different, none of y'all should be offended. All of this should apply to your deity. You bomb squad niggas, we got questions for you. Yeah, it sound good. It's easy to critique everybody else stuff, but what y'all standing on? What y'all standing on? Which spiritual system is y'all riding with, and who's the chief deity? That's what we want to know. Other than that, it's just arguing in circles with you niggeros, and we ain't finna do it. This is easy work. You dig? This is easy work. This ain't hard to grasp and understand. No matter what spiritual system you're a part of, what I've just read so far, nobody should be offended. If you're offended right now, that means you've been compromised. Huh? Because you know your deity ain't all powerful. There are things that he said he couldn't do. You know your deity doesn't have all knowledge or possess with all knowledge. There are things that your deity said he didn't know. That's for you Jesus freaks that run around here talking about Jesus is his father. I'm like, what kind of crazy, how in the hell is the man, who was he praying to? And if he is his father, so you can kill the creator? Man, look, man, y'all gotta stop with this, please. Please stop. Let's get a little bit into the Bible. What the Bible say? So you shouldn't be offended. No Christian, no Messianic Israelite or Israelite period should be offended at what has been said thus far. Nobody should. Nobody should, man. This is easy to understand. So do you really know Creator? Is your God an idol? And it's the gang against everybody. It don't matter. Like, and with me, I'm tripping. You may not be. I'm tripping, and I know that offend a lot of folks. I know, but I don't know no other way to go but hard. I'm tripping. Like, look, if your deity is the creator, if your deity lines up to what we just about to go through and all that, then you won't hear a whisper out of me. We in agreement. Now, amongst the gang, we don't be arguing about the creator and is the creator all powerful or not? Did the creator know all or not? We don't even argue about none of that. Because we in agreement. We in agreement. So you won't hear a whisper out of me if who you running around here trying to force feed on everybody is the Almighty. You won't even hear nothing from me. A whisper. I'm only tripping when you out here popping it like, you rolling with credit and you're not. You're not, because the things you profess off your mouth, your actions, things you out here doing, nah, ain't no way in the world you running around here talking about that's the Almighty. Y'all putting all type of low vibratorial, dark acts of darkness on the Almighty. We ain't about to deal with that. Dealing with this whole warfare that's going on, Russia and Ukraine, Israel, U.S. and Iran. And you run around here talking about which side you on. You can't wait for the chariots to fly, and the nuclear missiles to blow in. Nigga, you ain't talking about the creator, because the creator ain't never condoned warfare. Well, wait, look at what John 1:18 say. No man have seen God, and he's talking about his father right here. So if you saying God, but you mean the Almighty, then I ain't gonna argue with you about linguistics. Okay, that's what's up. No man have seen God at any time. This is Yahshua talking. And no man have seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he have declared him. Yahshua come right out saying, no man ever seen his Father at any time. So that killed the Negro that was like, he was just talking to them at that time and season. No, he killed it. He killed it at any time. Look at what John 5:37 says. And the Father himself, which have sent me, have borne witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape. So, wait, what that means? Ain't nobody ever seen who Yahshua talking about. Ain't nobody ever seen. Ain't nobody ever heard him. Ain't nobody ever seen him. We really got a problem now, because it's, it's stories about people seeing him. Seeing his backside. Wrestling with him and winning. The stories of, there's all types of stories that you got to go back and now reconsider and say, hold on. Look, don't you ever bring false God business to me. John 4:24, God is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Y'all see this? So it should be nobody that's offended about none of this. Nobody should be offended. Show y'all the difference real quick. Look at this right here. This is another out of speed. Practical guidebook to the spirit of life. It's one of the books, the gang we be going through. And as of right now, man, I ain't read that they got a higher light than this. I'm just being real with you. I ain't really read nothing that got a higher light. You know what I mean? You have a corporeal body and a spiritual body. Hear me and I will open your understanding. I come to free not only the physical, the corporeal man, but the spiritual man. Your spirit is in bondage too. Your spirit is in bondage. Most don't know. By these false gods through their mechanism of religion. You're in bondage. That's why the question is your God and I? Look at this. Yet with your freedom, it says right here, it says, yet with your freedom, you also attain the responsibility, so that sooner or later, your fidelity to your creator and to your fellow man in righteousness, love, and good works shall become the most sacred study of your life. Not astrophysics, not metaphysics, not micro and macro biology, not micro and macro economics. The most sacred study of your life is your faithfulness to your maker, and your dedication to your fellow man. That's the most sacred study of your life. Everything, a lot of this is a distraction. We spend our life grasping at dust, something with no substance, something that'll vanish soon as some wind blows through her. Think about it. You chasing titles, you chasing validation from the crowd, you chasing being liked by every damn body. Oh, this means absolutely nothing, especially when death's staring you in your face. The most sacred study of your life is your faithfulness to your maker and to your fellow man in righteousness, love, and good works. If you ain't talking like that, then you not talking. Your God does not come in this era as a dictator, but as your elder brother. Stop it. Your elder. God is the brother. That means it's somebody to tell God what to do. God is not the Almighty. God is not the Creator. God is your brother. God ain't who you pray to. God is who or whom you become. Oh, yeah. You may have been compromised. What's today? Sunday too? Yeah, you putting on your Sunday's best. Putting on your slick bottoms. Putting on your slacks and your bow tie, your ties and all that. And don't even know, boy, you're being seasoned for the fire. You're being seasoned, man. God is your brother. God ain't even the father. God ain't even your all parents. God is your brother. And you've been praying to God. Woof. Your God is not coming this era as a dictator, but as your elder brother with ample experience, plenty of experience. God, like, catch this game I'm throwing at you, though. Nor do I command saying you shall believe because I, your God, have said it or revealed it in this, but you don't believe it just because it's written somewhere. Nevertheless, through our speed, light of Jehovah, the Creator, is revealed to man. And man is the judge himself. Yeah. Start critiquing yourself, scrutinizing what you say, what you do, the moves you make. And labor to save himself. Labor means to work. Work to save yourself. How do you do that, Malaki? By getting out here and doing good to others. Overcoming that dark force and dark nature. Overcoming self. So that by this he may have honor and glory. For the will of the Creator is not for man to be forever led, but for man to ultimately have the light of practicing good works organically from a short legger, from infancy up. Let's get into this book of light. Or in note, then I speed. Man, look, the most the most feared book in this conscious community is OWASP. Make no mistake about it. Right here, verse 6. Therefore, I do not come to take from you any of your gods or saviors, nor to abridge your field for practicing righteousness, but rather to show you a greater glory. You see that? Your God or your savior is not the creator. We here to show you a greater glory than that. All these, everything, every religion you ever been part of. You know, my grandmama was an Episcopalian, Southern Baptist, Kojic. Look, whatever spiritual system you've been through is simply a stepping stone to bring you to a higher revelation of who your maker is. That's it. That's it. But rather to show you a greater glory in comprehending all of them in the plan of the Almighty to reach the different peoples in all parts of the earth. Pleading with you to be what? Charitable to one another and more comprehensive in your judgments. You out here just spinning your tires in the mud. You really ain't even understanding the system and order of the spirit world and what's really going on. You rather argue about conjugating verbs. Huh? You rather argue about how to pronounce certain words in Hebrew or Greek. Everybody's a scholar today. And when y'all skip across us, it be a slaughter. It don't even be close. Huh? Putting away egotism and professing among yourselves that such of you alone were favored of the Creator. Huh? Oh, wait, look at this. First then, his living presence I declare to you. That's what we do. When we pop outside, it's the living presence of the Creator that we're declaring. First thing, his living presence I declare to you that he is now, always was, and ever shall be present in all places, worlds, without end. Nobody should be offended. Who's offended? You shouldn't be offended at that. The one you calling God, whatever name or rendition you saying God's name in, isn't his living presence everywhere? Hasn't he always been, always, now, always was, and ever shall be? Doing by virtue of his presence, quickening into life and moving all things onward to a wise and definite purpose. It cracked because his presence is there. Whose presence is our work and boundless. You can't put no boundary on the Creator. Look, you can't even bind Creator in a book. This is a spine-bound book. It say the Creator's presence is our work and boundless. Boundless. You see this? Meaning you can't put a boundary on Creator. Look at this, verse 11. That all the living are his sons and daughters. That none are as orphans. See, an Israelite ain't gonna like that. And with me, it's Israelite for life. But we interested in character, the character of your deity, and your behavior in mimicking this deity. All the living are his sons and daughters. All means all. None are as orphans, but all have a father. See, that's powerful. You dig? Look at this. Part and parcel of your flesh and spirit is he, even the Creator. Let's keep going. Surgical with it. I know Negroes foaming at the mouth, and man, look, it sound good. But none of your elders even get in the ring. None of them. Niggas know, I'm telling you. Like, hey, look, you be made to look very, very low if you decide to skip across the game, man. You know what I mean? We be on some, it ain't even a brag. It's just we the only ones repping Creator. You know what I mean? Look at this right here. Verse 13. And to whose harmony you are like keys to one instrument, with whom you can become as one by practicing his commandments. That only in this way is there peace and happiness to any person on earth or angel in heaven. Second, this also I declare to you, that if you have put the Father far away, saying such as there is a divine law, there is a natural law. This shows you do not comprehend the living presence of Jehovah but profane him in his works. Yeah, because you hear people talk about that. Oh, divine law, natural law. For there is no divine law, nor is there a natural law. But all good things are accomplished by the living presence of the Creator. It functions. Creation functions because the Creator's presence is there. Erwin. Ain't no divine law, natural law. No, y'all are in denial of the Almighty's ever-present person. You're in denial of it. You rather talk about some divine law. No, all good things were accomplished by the living presence of the Creator. Things commonly called evil being done by striving to go against him. So whenever you go against the Creator's program, that evil is produced. It ain't like the Creator's evil or telling you to go kill some children or, no, I create the good and evil. No, it's when man or angels decide to go against the Creator's program, evil is produced. See? We don't put no evil jacket on the girl. Man, should there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Y'all don't even know the Almighty. This is Spirit Basis 101. Is your God an idol? Are you sure? Are you sure you're dealing with the Almighty, the Creator? Keep listening. Third, that the Creator has not finished his creations and retired from his works. Yeah. That where you have said he tired or he rested from his works, you have let yourselves fall through errors of language into profanation or profaning of the Almighty. For he is also master over all weariness. The Creator don't get tired. Creator don't wake up and say, with morning breath saying, man, I needed that nap. The Creator don't get long in the tooth, take Geritol naps, put his long drawers on. No, ain't no he rested or stopped creating. Since when? Since when? Creator ain't never stopped creating. For he is also master over all weariness. So now we got a problem because you were told that the Creator stopped creating on the seventh day. And that he rested. For he is also master over all weariness. Creator don't get tired. He don't stop. And is his own everlasting rest and unrest beyond the comprehension of mortals and angels. Hey, I mean, did your God stop creating? Did he cease or rested from his works? Did he rest? Did he stop? Whatever words you want to use. Did he cease creating? Did he sit back and say, okay, this is the seventh day. I'm going to go ahead and stop creating. Man, you stop doing whatever you're doing too. Or is the Creator master over all weariness? Meaning he don't get tired. He don't stop creating. Look at this. And he is forever bringing together and forever dissolving and dissipating worlds without number. So now you got to go back and reread what you thought was about the Almighty. And say, hold on, he stopped creating. What you mean? That's he forever bringing together and forever dissolving and dissipating. Creator ain't never stopped. Even when you get into certain branches of science, they tell you it's like the universe is expanding. You think, genius? You think? That's because the Almighty never stopped creating. And never will. Illimitable in soul and spirit. Ain't no limit to Creator. Forever quickening to life from his own parts. Without loss or waste or lack of space. And without hindrance. Ain't no stopping the march of the Almighty. Since when? You know, the problem is, man, phone yanking. What the hell going on? The problem is we've idolized books. The Bible is the God that people is worshiping. Because if you burnt all the books today, does the faith in your maker leave? There's no faith in the Almighty anymore. No, remember the Creator is boundless. You can't contain him in a spine-bound book. It just so happens that the Owaspy has the highest light and revelation dealing with the Creator today. I can only imagine what's to come. Yeah, it's just the truth. It's just what it is. But we don't worship the book. Because if we read something that goes against creation, then we gotta question that. We gotta question that. And it's like that with whatever that skip across our plate that we read. You did? Look at this. Illimitable, I'm gonna read that again. Illimitable in soul and spirit, forever quickening to life from his own parts, without loss or waste, or lack of space, and without hindrance. Man, come on. Fourth, that Jehovah is the soul of all, and that you are like independent who? Atoms. Atoms of his person. What is Owaspy doing talking about atoms in 1881? The atomic parts. Huh? You know, the building blocks with what makes you up, makes you who you are. What? Come on, man. Can we stop? The electron wasn't even discovered to the late 1800s, early 1900s. What is this? Why is the word atoms in here? But we are all like independent atoms of the Creator's person. You see? You see why you ain't supposed to be killing the next man, woman, and child? Look at this. How then can any man say, behold, my people are the chosen of the Almighty? So every Israelite listening probably just spilled his coffee. Huh? He has singled out my people to go forth and redeem the world. I proclaim all people his people. You probably just spilled your coffee on that one, boy. Tell Benjamin Netanyahu that. Oh, by the way, there's rumors circulating about old BB that he may have kicked the bucket. That he may have just crossed over. He ain't been on Twitter posting in you know, a good 2-3 weeks. This nigga usually posts on X 30 times a day. Huh? But tell old Benjamin BB Netanyahu that all people are his people. Tell your average Israelite, look, all people are the Almighty's people. I proclaim all people his people. And I say also, go forth and redeem the world. But not with words only, nor about the sword, nor about armies. Look at this. Nor about armies of destroyers, Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, BB. That ain't how you redeem the world, spread the message of the Almighty through war and bloodshed. Nah, that let us know. Look, warfare is the mark of the beast. It's the mark of blood that's on you. But you redeem the world by peace and love and provide remedies for the poor, the afflicted, helpless, and distressed. We already be learning. Already be getting the understanding and realizing that, okay, well, either who I've been talking about or have been in covenant with, in agreement with, is an idol, or is the Almighty. Which one? Which one? It ain't good enough just because you saying a name, or you saying you done kept so many Passovers or Sabbaths holy, and but you into warfare and bloodshed. You over here talking about, you twisting your mouth saying the Creator stopped creating and rested, ceased on the seventh day. You running around here talking about your people is the only people. You run around here talking about some natural law and divine law, and everything get accomplished because of the presence of Creator. You've been compromised. Is your God an idol? That's the question. Do you even know the Almighty or the Creator? It's created gang versus everybody, man. Everybody. You dig? And again, if what you own is, what it is, then, hey, if you talking about the Creator, then I ain't got no problem with it. It's all good. You dig? But if you not, then yeah, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. We tripping. You know what I mean? Look at this right here. Book of Discipline. If y'all getting some understanding thus far, y'all go ahead and drop a 8,000 in the chat. We getting understanding. That's what it's about. Man, my phone is yanking today. What the hell is going on? Oh, man. Turn these notifications down. What's going on? Well, Nick Rose must be arguing about something. Oh, yeah. It's arguing. Nick Rose is arguing. Turn that all the way down. If you're getting some understanding, CJJ, y'all go ahead and drop that in the chat, man. See, the Credit Gang is still cooking. Nick Rose arguing about if John the Baptist was in the truth. And man, shut the hell up, man. Now, none of this has anything to do with your spiritual progression, anything to do with the Almighty, nothing. Nothing. It's just arguing for the sake of arguing. That's what it sounds like. You feel me? Let me check the chat real quick, make sure we all good. Shout out to my brother Prince Judah Vaughn in the building. My brother. What's the word? Shout out to Imam Mahadia in the building. What's the word, Imam? From Florida to Ohio and back. Look at my sister Iris in the building. What Iris? Yeah, over there acting funny. I see y'all in the building. You got the big homie Nehemiah in the building. That's what's up, all right? Okay, David Long in the building. What's the word? I see y'all. Much love, man. So I see the 8Ks in the building. Let's go ahead and get into this book of discipline. Speed. Is your God an idol? Have you been in, agreement with an idol the whole time? Look. When you talk like this, that make them hate you, boy. I tell you. Most y'all ain't God tripping. That's the problem. You're not tripping. I'm tripping. Whatever. We gonna have to we gotta have a conversation. You dig? Look, I love you enough to let you know that, look, boy, you're headed back to the plantation spiritually. Yeah. You're gonna be a slave in the kingdom of your God, on your belly, worming. Yeah. Worming on your belly. You gonna go to whatever God you worshiping. Him got him a kingdom. And guess where you going when you cross over? Right to him. Your whole job, he didn't capture your soul. Then what you gonna do? You gonna augment or build up his kingdom. Yeah, but it's a false God. Created by liberty, not bondage. And what you mean on your belly? Worming on your little wiener. Dang. Whole game, book of discipline. God reveals who he is. See, it's all about. Look, I get that a lot too. People, but you really don't know. Those are those with neutral game colors on. You really trying to play it safe, and And a lot of things you won't. It doesn't become objective for you until you go through the experience. So we ain't trying to force feed nothing. The reason we bang the way we bang because everybody thought that we was playing. You dig? And no, we play ball. And then that's what happened. We started running through the entire conscious community. I mean, think about it, man. The apostle, the nigga that called himself an apostle, slapped the wig off his woman's head. One night, we got that on camera. He's admitting it. All this is post-debate. Posted when we ran through the lines then. JJ 7000 dropped his flag, changed his name. Now he's some type of damn voodoo priest. Your boy Slow Belly, Elder Yacht Rod, and changed his name to the Black Sage. He's a porn star now. He has a porno name. It's like, what the hell done happened? Niggas are, if we're monkeys. These are your arguments. You got Uncle God Killer introducing Charles Darwin into the community. He has an unclean obsession with monkeys too. It's like, what the hell is what? But y'all, this is post-debate. Jabari then got divorced and remarried and Jabari, okay, look, I got you. It's just a big mess, man. It's a big mess. It's a big mess. It's a quagmire. Book of Discipline. God reveals who he is. This is the word from the organic heaven. Meaning the heavens that God is revealing himself from are organized and well ordered. It's not inorganic. Very structured, very disciplined. You know what I mean? Hear the words of your God, oh man. I am your brother. Risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Prophet in my wisdom and be admonished by my love. Now, God just told you he's a one-time man. He said he's your brother and that he has resurrected from mortality. I mean, he was a one-time living man. Slid through the womb of his mama. Had plenty of bumps and bruises in his life. Used to fall down. Had baby teeth fall out with snagger tooth. Had grown teeth. Had morning breath. Experienced a wide range of emotions from anger down to joy in his life. Had enemies. Had a woman or women's. Fathered some children. Yeah, God was a man. God is a one-time man. Are you thinking the Bible every time, an angel appeared, he appears as a man, and sometimes the angel is called God. Remember Jacob wrestled the man to the morning. He said, I saw God face to face. Why? Why do angels appear looking like men? Why are they compared to God? Why? Because God is a one-time man. This is what Owaspi is revealing. Right? God is not the creator. That's what don't nobody really want to deal with. You want to deal with the fact that you've been praying to a false God. Because a true God don't want your prayers. Don't want your prayers. He your brother. That's a big brother. Look at this. He say, they tell you to profit in his wisdom. He like, man, look, I got plenty of experience. I got plenty of game I'm throwing at you. Catch this game I'm throwing at you, little bruh. Where you at, already been there. Where I'm at, you'll be one day. Wow, okay. So who you been praying to? The brother? Verse 3, for as I am your elder brother, so shall it be with you. So shall it be with you. So shall it be with you. To rise, or resurrection, to rise also when time to come, and look back to mortals, and call them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. That's powerful, boy. God telling you what I'm doing, you're going to have my job one day. You dig? And that means God got other heights and worlds and, progression to go through. It's non-stop advancing, because remember, the creator never stopped creating. There's plenty of worlds for you to manage in the name of the Almighty. There's plenty of mortals who you will be inspiring to rise higher and not to sit in them dark deeds. There's plenty of work to do. Plenty. You see? Look at this word. And now you know God looks back to mortals and calls them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. Now notice what God do also. God says to Jehovah, to the Creator, all adoration and glory forever. Amen. So God gives praise to the Creator. Who you praying to? You've been praying to God. The God of this, the God of that, the God of Iran, the God of Israel, the God of Donald Trump, the God of this, the Orishas, whatever you're doing. You've been praying to a deity, an ancestor, a God. But God gives all praise to the Almighty, the Creator. If you understand that there's a difference between the Almighty and God, if you understand that, drop a 7K in the chat, man. I mean, easy money. Easy money. Yeah, masters and the slaves, that's right. Got into it with Yara and made him look like a mental missing. Yara is nobody, man. You know, he called himself putting together his Elder Slowbelly, called himself, or Elder Tiny Gun, as we call him, called himself putting together a dream team to come against us. Look, y'all, we had that Lions Den debate. These Negroes was kissing their biceps on camera. Yara had a shirt that he's never even worn again. He probably burnt it that said nigga brew on it. And the day before that, he was like, we got us a judge in Israel. He was bragging about this woman that called herself Mosheah. You dig? And she tried to get on. She came to the debate and tried to give us a Hebrew lesson on a damn magic erase board. Was on there trying to show her little cleavage. Woman, if you don't go sit down somewhere, we ain't heard from her either. But y'all right, this was your beloved judge. They coming against our God. Now, what it was is Daryl Cosmon dropped that Yahweh demon God of war, and none of you niggas responded. But you had to come outside. Now you gotta come outside, boy. Get on up in here and get that ass whooped. BTA belt to ass. And that's what happened, boy. Them niggas had a whole total meltdown that night. It was ridiculous. Y'all don't even believe in the Bible like that at all, though. You don't just think over here talking about some church fathers and all type of stuff we done brought out. Y'all ain't even close to understanding or believing. He arguing with all the Israelites right now about the different aspects on how he viewed the Bible. It's bad. It's ugly, man. It's ugly, man. My bro Cosmo Tiny Gun stayed here. He's soft. He really is nobody. Bing, 7K. Jamia in the building. What's the word? Jamia. How the family, sis? Send our love. Look at this. So we got God giving all honor, praise, and glory to the Creator. Who you praying to? If God praises the Creator, if Yahshua gave homage and prayers to his Father, how are you praying to him? How are you praying to any God? If God gives praise to the Father or the Creator of all. Look at this. To Jehovah, all adoration and glory forever. All life, motion, power, and things seen and unseen are by and through him. That's not talking about Jesus. It's talking about the Almighty Creator. Jesus has a maker. Neither is there an angel in heaven so high, nor sufficiently wise to comprehend the Creator in his entirety, nor to see him as you see your fellow man. The highest raised angel can't comprehend the Almighty in the Almighty's entirety. Huh? Nor can you see Creator like you looking at me right now. Remember that. Because if your God has been seen, then it's not, then your God is not the Creator. Your God been seen? Moses seen his hindquarters. Jacob wrestled with him. Abraham ate with him. The elders of Israel saw him and ate with him. Huh? You can't see the Creator as you see your fellow man. Why? Huh? For he is within all, beyond and over all, being ever present in all places. Ooh. Ooh. Boy, hey, look, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Look at it. Doing by virtue of his presence. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Quickening all the living, adorable above all things. As the sun is to the light of day, so is Jehovah to the understanding of all the living. Upon which to contemplate is the road of everlasting life, rising in wisdom, love, and power forever. Hear your God, O man, and distinguish thee. Distinguish means tell the difference. Put on your thinking caps and distinguish then that the two, God and Creator, God and Jehovah, are not the same one. Polar ting ting. You thought who you been praying to was the Creator. I love to tell you what it is. Because there's no other way to crack your thick skull and to bring you into a realization like, hold on, I'm straight on the plantation. You did? And the gang coming through like Harriet Tubman, like, come on. And once you over here, ain't no turning back. Blow your head off, boy. You ain't never going back there. Huh? There's a greater glory. Hear your God, old man, and distinguish then that the two, God and Creator, are not the same one. Nor is your God more than what you shall be in time to come. Good night. Now rise up, God. So you may hear us say it today, peace to the God, man. That ain't because we worship man or none of that. God, you're a God in training. The sisters are goddesses in training. You don't die and you're not a man no more. The women don't die and they're not women. You a woman. You're just a woman spirit. A woman in spirit. A man in spirit. You're a God in training. God managed worlds. They're responsible for the souls of everyone breathing in a physical world and the spirits of the dead in the atmosphere around that physical world. To be God is a great responsibility, man. You're responsible for 20 billion souls at one time on your watch. And you got to prepare, you got to inspire them to rise up so you can present them as brides, women, and bridegrooms, men, to the Creator. You men are not male brides. Niggas around here talking about something, they're married to Jesus. And you're a bride of Christ. You a whole man talking about you a woman. You a whole man talking about you a woman. I'm a bride to Jesus. Boy, if you don't go, look, shut up. And you running around here talking about something, you a woman or a bride and you a man. How the hell you got a problem with the LGBTQYZ community? How you got a problem with anybody that's out there on a transmission community, transmission lifestyle? You over here talking about something, you a whole biatch, a woman. Look at this. Know is your God more than what you shall be in time to come. As a kingdom on earth. So let's compare. Let's go back to school. As a kingdom on earth has a king. And the king is nevertheless a man, a mortal. So in like manner the heavenly place of your God, a kingdom of angels. And the chief over them is God. An angel also. Good night, boy. God just told you at one time, man. So man, angel, and God is the same thing. Yeah, like water, ice, and vapor. Different densities, but of the same thing. It's the same thing. Dang, that's crazy. Okay. Yet, nevertheless, the kingdom of your God embraces all the heavens of the earth. And it is also so with all corporeal or physical worlds and their atmospheric heavens. A God and organic heavens belonging to each and all of them. That lets you know right there, it ain't just the earth. It's countless worlds. And all these worlds have an atmosphere around them. And from the atmosphere is where these gods rule, and inspire man to rise up. Look at this. Therefore, I am like, look what God telling you. Therefore, I am like any other spirit of the dead. Therefore, I am like any other spirit of the dead. A one-time man. That's a man, Damon. A one-time man upon the earth. Even as you are in this day. But one within the organic heavens of the earth. God declares to be a brother of man and reveals himself as a one-time man or what? An ancestor. There's no difference in the ancestral worship. I talk to my ancestors. That's all you're doing. Ancestors, spirits, angels, it's the same thing. It ain't the creator though. You see? God gives all praises and adoration to the creator, his maker. God reveals the difference between himself and Jehovah, the ever-present creator. Ooh, wee. Why would you say that bride thing? Nobody even blinked at. You can go out, you got whole grown men talking about that they the brides to Jesus. Man, look, man. Watch me clear it up, make it clear. You men are bridegrooms. The women are brides. You don't become androgynous when you die and cross over. Now let's get into an idol. What is an idol? Now that we know what God, like who God is and who God ain't, then what is an idol? Let's get into it, because that's the topic, ain't that what we were talking about? We were talking about, is your God an idol? Created game versus the HOK, or us versus everybody. How about that? You dig? How about that? And your Israelite elders don't want no smoke, none. But look, we already been on the phone. No, okay. You turning fades down now. You really don't believe what you talking about, man. Merriam-Webster's dictionary. What is an idol? What is an idol? An object of extreme devotion. A movie idol, also ideal sense, a representation or symbol of an object of worship, broadly a who? A false god. So is your God a false god is what I'm asking. A false god. What else is an idol? A likeness of something? Obsolete, pretender, imposter, a false conception, fallacy, a form or appearance visible but without substance. Let's get into the blue level. Samel, the blue letter. Samel, from an unused root meaning to resemble. Likeness, figure, idol, image, statue, idol. Get into the Greek on it. Eidolon, from an image, likeness. Whatever represents the form of an object, either real or imaginary. Either real or imaginary. Use of the shades of the departed, phantoms of the mind, etc. The image of a heathen god, a false god. Waspi Book of Safar. Watch this. I'm jumping the gun. Hold on. I don't want to jump the gun. Hold on. Waspi Book of Safar. The Golden Chamber. Question. What is an idol? Answer. Anything having form and figure that is worship. Oh my God. Anything having form and figure that is worship. So if your God can be seen or has ever been seen, and you've been on your kneecaps praying to it in your prayer breath, yeah, that's an idol. Well, I ain't never seen my God, but the stories you read about him, Moses saw him, right? You serve the same God as Moses, right? And should I say biblical Moses, not the real Moses. Y'all don't even know who Moses was in Egypt, man. You don't even know the time period. Like this is getting sad. It's getting real sad. But an idol is anything having form and figure that is worship. So in essence, if you can see it or it has been seen and is prayed to or worship, y'all, it's an idol. It's an idol. It's that simple. Oh, okay, okay, we got more. You hear me? Yeah. Good night. Let's look at what an image is. But write out your Bible dictionary, your lexicon, zalim, from an unused root meaning to shade, a phantom, i.e. figuratively illusion, resemblance, hence a representative figure, especially an idol, image, thing, show. Dictionary, Cambridge.org, image, a picture in your mind. What is an image? A picture in your mind. Or an idea of how someone or something is, the way that something or someone is thought of by other people. A mental picture or idea that forms in a reader's or listener's mind from the words that they read or heard. Well, let's go read some words and see if there's an image that pops in your mind. What you think it's a game? What you think we playing? Revelation. Revelation. One of the favorite scripts to go to prove, Jesus is a black man. Don't forget, Jesus is a God today. They turned to a God, a deity. Revelation 1:14-15. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. Do y'all hear this? Remember what an idol is, an image, and an image is what? It says a mental picture or idea that forms in a reader's or listener's mind from the words that they read or heard. Well, this is an image, aka an idol, that forms in the reader or listener's ears based off the words they didn't read or heard. And this is one rendition you get. That will make Revelation 1:14-15 about an idol, y'all. Anything having form and figure that is worship. Is Jesus worship today? Yes. Or even you don't say Jesus, you may say Yahshua. Yahshua worship? Yes. Yes. That's the image that forms in your mind based off the words that's written. White woolly hair, dark skin, so dark as if it burned in a furnace, and the whites of his eyes bloodshot red. It's simple, y'all. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. There's more. There's more. Daniel 7:9-10. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days city, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands, y'all, I mean millions. 1,000 times 1,000 is a million. Millions ministered unto him. And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. 100 millions. Judgment was said and the books were open. This is the image that forms in the mind of the reader or the listener based off what they read or hear. They read that. You see? You see? He said, damn, that's a duking. Shout out to the Bronze Yoga in the building. Yeah, you're absolutely right, my brother Cal. Yes, that's what's being said here. Isaiah 6, 1 through 2. Remember now, don't forget, see, right in Bible, it tell you, even Jesus tell you what? No man has seen the Father anytime, nor heard his voice, nor seen his form. So who is this that's being seen in? See, you got conflict within the own writings of your, you know what I mean, of the word, of the Bible. It's against itself already. And here you go, either trying to be an apologetic and defend it. It should be able to defend itself. Look at it. Isaiah 6, 1 through 2, and verse 5. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne. I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne. Jump down to verse 5. Look what he say. For mine eyes have seen the King, Yahweh or Yahweh or Jehovah of hosts. Zebaoth. Yahweh Zebaoth. Zebaoth. He say his eyes actually saw the Lord. Wow. Okay, my thing. I ain't mad at you. That's what you're saying. These are images. All this is artwork based off scripture. All this is artwork based off scripture. They wouldn't be able to even draw none of this had it not been written down. What is an image? It's a mental picture that forms in the mind of the reader or the listener based off what they're reading. Image is an item. Ain't that hard? Ain't that hard at all, y'all. If you can see it and you worship it, then it is an idol or a false god. Revelation 4. And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. He that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. Look at the picture that's formed. Come on, man. This artwork wouldn't even exist. This artwork wouldn't even exist had not the words been written down about the idol. Idol is an image. Look, remember, an idol is a likeness or an image of devotion. An image is a mental picture or an idea that forms in the reader's or listener's mind from the words they read or hear. If you can see it, or it has been seen, and you worship it, then it is an idol or a false god. Good night, boy. Good night. This is a problem. All right. So you can't twist your mouth and say, well, I'm not into idolatry and all that. And you remember talking about some God sitting on a throne, and that's the creator. And, you know what I mean? And many people done saw biblical God. He just put in the chat Exodus 24:10, and they saw the God of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were, the body of heaven in its clearness. Verse 11, and upon the nobles of the children of Israel, he laid not his hand. Also, they saw God and did eat and drink. But you remember, Yahshua boldly came out and said, no man has seen God at any time. Let's get into some more gods that are seen. This Osiris in the judgment hall of Ma'at for you commissions. Y'all probably was over there laughing. Yeah. And we on y'all too. If you're any familiar with the Osiris in the judgment hall of Ma'at, and this is right here. This is basically what every spirit or soul has to go through. You understand? Right here. Ooh-wee. What did it say? The Hall of Truth. And then this is Osiris all the way over here in spandex. This green guy right here is supposed to be the chief deity of Kemet. We asked them Negroes, why is he green? One, you can see the nigga. He's sitting on the throne, just like biblical God, right? In the form and figure of a man. He's worshipped, right? So biblical God is sitting on the throne. The Commission God is chief deity, is sitting on the throne. And he's green. It's green, man. That is crazy to be like, oh my God. And he got on spandex. Skinny jeans. Look at this. The Hall of Truth, often referred to as the Hall of Ma'at or Hall of Two Truths, is a central concept in ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs and mythology. It's a location where the deceased heart is judged to determine their worthiness for the afterlife. Yeah, if you ain't worthy, you get eaten by this crocodile head jackal right here. He's green too. If your heart ain't lighter than a feather, you get ate by him. That's their equivalent of hell. If your heart is lighter than a feather, this same guy to the left is now right here before Heru or Horus. And Horus brings him before Baal, and he gets to roll around like a little house on the prairie in the fields of Osiris for the rest of his life. That's as good as it gets for you Cometians. Y'all don't have a system in order of the afterlife and what we gonna be doing. That's the best as it gets. Your ass gonna be rolling down that hill like that old show, Little House on the Prairie, in the fields of Osiris. Yeah. Hold on. Something going on. Yeah. This old Egyptian, look, this guy Sinetta saying, Sinetta over there talking some, none of the gods were, none of the Neturus were literal. So now none of your gods are real. Yeah, because you know this is some madness right here. Kemet ain't got no room to say nothing about nobody. Nothing. Oh, wait. Now look at this right here. Let's go over to El, the father of gods. Look at El. He's in the form and figure of a man, ain't he? Sitting on a throne. All of them look like men. Whether you talking about biblical God or not. And all of them are sitting on the throne, yo. You got Negroes like the Zor, y'all like, yes. God, Most High sits on his throne. That boy started harmonizing. When he was out to see Lazarus, yeah, that boy cut. that boy cut. The Most High sits on his throne. Okay. Well, who's El? Because we hear it all the time. Elohim and, the Most High God, El Elyon. And, well, Kemet got his chief deity, but El is the chief deity in Canaan. And where is the land of Israel at? In the land of Canaan. So you mean to tell me your gods have the same name as Canaanite gods? Or is your God a Canaanite God? It's one or the other. Either they got the same names. You got El in Canaan. You got Baal in Canaan. You got a Yahweh in Canaan. But that's their El, not your El. That's for the what's his name? Marcus. Kassad to be over there on Sinetta channel, devout Hebrew and all that. But boy, what you basically saying is El, Baal, and Yahweh, that's in Bible, even though y'all in the same land of Canaan, are different gods than the Canaanites. So when the Canaanite call on El, he ain't calling on your El. When the Canaanite call on Baal, he ain't calling on your Baal. When the Canaanite call on Yahweh or Yahweh, he ain't calling on your Yahweh or Yahweh. You in Canaan's land. Your gods have the same names. Hell, the King Saul had a son named Ishbal, which means man of Baal. Zerubbabel, Baal. Like it's all types of men named after Baal in Bible. All types of towns, places, all that. They in the land of Canaan. So you in Canaan with the same script as them. Yeah, what they call in Paleo Hebrew, that's Canaanite script. Phoenician script. So you got the same letters as them. Canaan got a Holy of Holies, you do too? Okay. Okay, you got the same names, and some of your gods are the same. You're in Canaan's land. Huh? And we to believe none of this is intertwined at all. This ain't even the same thing. You in his land, speaking his language, dealing with his gods, and even got to play a Holy of Holies. El, the Father of gods, sitting on the throne. El is a Northwest Semitic word meaning God or deity. Really? Or referring as a proper name to any one of multiple major ancient Near Eastern deities. So the creator is a deity. So even if it ain't the Canaanite El, it's some other Northwest Semitic deity. Another form or figure in the form of a man sitting on a throne. Although El gained different appearances and meanings in different languages over time, it continues to exist as El or El in compound proper noun phrases such as Ishmael, Israel, and Samuel, and Daniel, and Raphael, and Mikael, and Gabriel. Originally, a Canaanite deity known as El, the supreme god of the ancient Canaanite religion. Look at this. Is your God an idol? Damn, boy, this is nuts. Look at this word. El is listed at the head of many pantheons. In some Canaanite and Ugaritic sources, El played a role as father of gods, of creation. But you calling this slope-headed monstrosity the creator? But what do they all have in common? They all look like men sitting on a throne. You can see them. Okay, let's keep going. Look at this. They think it's a game? What? Eventually, El's cult became central to the ethnogenesis of Iron Age Israelites. Hold on. Don't you ever bring false god business to me. Ever. So you right there is that you know in the land of Canaan they worshiping El. That's not your El though. That's a whole nother El. That's a whole nother deity. That's still a problem. It's a deity. It ain't the creator. It's not the creator, Johnny. It's not the creator, Jack. El's cult became central to the ethnogenesis of Iron Age Israelites, but so far, scholars are unable to determine how much of the population were El worshippers. It's more likely that different locales held different views of El, you think? Let's go into El being worshipped in the land of Canaan by the Israelites and their forefathers, Genesis 14 and 18. It's easy. It's easy. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, that's Jerusalem. They're in the land of Canaan, y'all. Brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of El Elyon, the Most High El. Page 410 in the concordance. El. So he's a king and he's a priest of the Canaanite El. They're in the land of Canaan. He's the king of Jerusalem. And he about to bless Abraham. We were talking about this last night. Like, look, y'all, they're in Canaan. He already a priest. So there's already a priesthood in Canaan. That's dedicated to who? The chief deity in Canaan, Who is who? Who's the chief deity in Canaan? Huh? This cat right here. There he is. Him downstairs. Right there. I know. And he was priest of the Most High. So by the time Abraham got into the land of Canaan, El was already being worshipped. There was a priesthood set up. There was a Holy of Holies. And if it's a priesthood, there's more than one priest. Dang, bro. Like, what are we talking about? It'd be different if he was in Nova Scotia some damn work. Moscow. This nigga is in the land of Canaan. And Canaan's chief deity is El. And this is a king of Jerusalem and priest of El, but it's not your El. Well, it would have to be your El because he blessed Abraham, who you claim you worship the God of Abraham. Abraham's God is El. I already know what you're going to, man. Well, if you go to the book of Joshua, Adonizek, not Melchizedek, it's Shem. The whole timeline don't add up, though. What the hell you mean, Shem? Noah's son Shem, then that's a whole nother thing too. Like Noah's a time period, genius. It's not even a man. It's a time period in which the world was flooded. You dig? But even if you went off the biblical narrative, Shem, okay, so you saying that Abraham lived so close to the flood that he met Shem. Come on, y'all, please. In that same book, it tell you Esau, Jacob's twin brother, killed Nimrod. The Cushite king who built the Tower of Babel. Them niggas wasn't living during the same time period. Like, come on, man. We gotta stop this. This is a Canaanite king of Jerusalem, priest of El, and he about to bless Abraham. You dig? So what that means, Abraham's God is El. El's priest is about to bless him. And he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High El, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High El, which have delivered your enemies into your hand. Oh, went to war. You think that's the creator? To make up suns, moons, and stars, who have delivered your enemies into your hand. And he gave him tithes of all. Let's go to the blue letter, L. Shortened from H352, strength as adjective, mighty, especially the L, almighty. Oh, really? Omnipotent. But used also of any deity. Well, if it's a deity, it ain't the creator. Come on, that's easy. God, godly, great idol, mighty one, power, strong, compare names, Genesis 33 and 20. And he erected there an altar and called it El, Elohe Israel. And this is Jacob. So Abraham is being blessed by the priest of El, and he passed the same tradition down to whom? His sons and his sons after. Genesis 35 and 3. And let us rise and go up to Bethel, house of El. This is in Canaan, y'all. And I will make there an altar unto El, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. Genesis 35 and 7. And he built there an altar and called the place El, Bethel, because there God appeared unto him. El appeared unto Jacob. And he fled from the face of his brother Esau. And Esau supposedly killed Nimrod in the book of Joshua. Same book to try to tell you that Melchizedek and Shem, even though they're in the land of Canaan. Look at this. But cursed be Canaan, though. Don't forget that. Canaan's cursed according to the Bible. 35 and 11. And God said to him, I am El. I am El Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. Nation and a company of nations shall be thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. El. Dang, dog. Dang. Let's keep going. Well, you know what the L was just a title, Malachi. I can hear you, Millie Mouth Negroes. Nah, I serve Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh. There you go, Yahweh right there. God, is he sitting on a throne or a chair? Maybe a wheelchair got spinners on it. It got spinners on it. And if you know anything about the Canaanite script, or what they call in Paleo Hebrew, read from right to left, it says Yahweh. That's the yo, that's the hey, and that's the why. Huh? Yahweh. This man got look at Yahweh, boy. Look at Yahweh. Yahweh got a Kango on. Got his afro tail sticking out the back of his Kango. Got a long woolly bird. Look at Yahweh, boy. Hold on. That nigga look like my Uncle Bo. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Look at old Yahweh. Dang. He look like my Uncle Bo. I can't even front. He look like my Uncle Bo, man. Dang. Look at old Yahweh, Yahweh. Now this is in history, y'all. This is an artifact, actually. The God. Hold on. Because you know, Negroes be like, well, I don't parade the L. It's Yahuwah L. Yahweh L. Okay. That's what's up. But he's informing figure of a man, too. He got spinners on his throne. Sitting on a throne, he got spinners. Dang, let's read about old Yahweh. The God on the winged wheel coin minted in Gaza City, also in the land of Canaan. That's Canaan. Gaza is Canaan. Minted in Gaza City, southern Philistia, during the Persian period of the 4th century BCE. Ooh, wait. BCE. That's right, kid. Truths and vogues. Y'all know. You hear me? We got some truths and vogues on that deal, boy. But this is an actual coin of the deity Yahweh. Minted in Canaan. During the Persian period of 4th century BCE. So we talking about what, y'all? We talking about 300 BCE. Around the time. A little bit before the Greeks invaded. It possibly represents Yahweh enthroned on a winged wheel. It has been described by Stephen Herbert Langdon as the only known representation of who? Yahweh. And there go the letters right there. That's the Yod, the Hey, and the Wah in the ancient Canaanite or Phoenician script. It's not the modern what you call Hebrew, but that's the Y or the Yod. That's the Ha or the Hey. You dig? And that's the Y. Yahweh. Look at this right here. You think it's a game? Look. Yahweh was an ancient Levantine deity. Worshipped where? In Israel and Judah as the primary deity and the head of the pantheon of the polytheistic religion of Yahwism. Good night, boy. Good night. Well, now you can't say Israelites don't worship a deity. There it is right there. This nigga was worshipped in Israel and Judah as the primary deity. And they was into polytheism. Multiple gods. Hey, just me. He got a unicycle e-bike. You heard me? Dang, son. Oh no, he's the primary deity worship. You know what I mean? In Judah. Amongst the Judites and the Israelites. Northern and Southern Kingdom. You got El. So look, show about this. Yahweh and El. Yahweh and El are two different deities when it comes to history. Two different gods. Only later in history would the scribes of the Bible amalgamate them both, and now they're both the same deity. No, Yahweh and El are two different, distinct deities. Matter of fact, some sources tell you that Yahweh is a son of El. Just like Baal. Yahweh and Baal are brothers. Dang. Dang, that's crazy, man. Look at this. Though no consensus exists regarding the deity's origins, look at this. Scholars generally hold that the deity is associated with where? Seir. That's Mount Seir. Esau, Edom, Esau, Paran, and who? Hold on. Teman, Esau, and later with Canaan. He eventually made his way into Canaan, but first Yahweh, before he got into Canaan, y'all, was an Edomite. And most Israelites hate Edomites. They could actually call a white man Esau. That's what they do. Did you know you was praying to Edom had him before you did? Esau had a Yahweh before you did. And then he makes his way into Canaan. You mean to tell me Yahweh is an Edomite God, man? Here you go, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Or Yahweh Elohim, or Yahweh Elohim. You're Allah, man. You got El, you got all types of stuff. What's going on around here? Huh? Look at this. In the oldest examples of biblical literature, Yahweh possesses attributes that were typically ascribed to deities of weather and war. Your God is a man of war? Because the Creator don't sanction war at all. Fructifying the land of who? Israel. And leading a heavenly army against the nation's enemies. The early Israelites engaged in polytheistic practices that were common across ancient Semitic religion, as their worship included a variety of a variety of who? Canaanite gods and goddesses, such as who? El, Asherah, and Baal. In later centuries, El and Yahweh became conflated. See? Now you think that when you read the Lord your God, do you know you're reading Yahweh your El? So is El your Yahweh or is Yahweh your El? Is the Lord your God or is God your Lord? Do you even know what a God is and a Lord? A God and a Lord are title and ranks of angels, man. Oh my God. But look, and all of them are one-time living mortals. Yeah, you've been hoodwinked. El and Yahweh became conflated, and El linked epithets such as El Shaddai, meaning what? God Almighty, came to be applied to Yahweh alone. Characteristics of other deities such as Asherah and Baal were also selectively absorbed in conceptions of Yahweh. In monotheistic Judaism, the existence of other deities were denied outright, and Yahweh was proclaimed the creator deity. This nigga, you mean to tell me this nigga right here is the creator? Man, look, man, look. You may not be tripping. I'm tripping. Yahweh will proclaim the creator deity and the sole deity to be worthy of worship. During the Second Temple period, Judaism began to substitute other Hebrew words, primarily Adonai. That's in that Isaiah 6 that we read earlier, 6:1. Literally, my lords. By the time of the Jewish-Roman wars, namely following the Roman siege of Jerusalem and the concomitant destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE, the original pronunciation of Yahweh's name was forgotten entirely. I mean, you got Millie Mouth Nick Rose today trying to argue about pronunciation. And the creators say he ain't even quibbling over none of that. None of these names. That boy, your boy Baal Haman, look like a man to me, sitting on the throne. Good night, boy. Oh, who is this swivel hip? Who is Miss Swivel Hips right here? Oh, wait. Hold on. Astarte or Astaroth. Phoenician statuette. So we in the land of Canaan again. Of Astarte from El Carambolo in Spain. Look at this right here. Back to Baal. I say the title Baal was a synonym in some context of the Hebrew Adon, Lord, and Adonai, my Lord, still used as aliases of the Lord of Israel, Yahweh. According to some scholars, the early Hebrews did use the names Baal, Lord, and Baali, my Lord, in reference to who? The Lord of Israel. Good night. Good night. Good night. That's crazy. So Baal, you understand, is a Canaanite god. That's referred to as the Lord of Israel. El is a Canaanite god, all in Israel's name. Yahweh is a Canaanite god. Well, eventually was an Edomite god at first before it got to Canaan. But you around here talking about curse be Canaan. Shit, the names of Canaan's gods is all in your names, your towns, your prophets. Huh? This is crazy, bruh. Now, this swivel hip monstrosity right here, the goddess. But notice, she's in the form and figure of a woman. And what is she sitting on? A throne. She on a throne too. Man, that's crazy, God, man. Right here. Right here. Astarte or Astaroth was worshipped from the Bronze Age through classical antiquity, and her name is particularly associated with her worship in the ancient Levant among the Canaanites and Phoenicians, though she was originally associated with Amorite cities like Ugarit and Emor, as well as Mari and Ebla. She was also celebrated in Egypt, especially during the reign of Ramessides, following the importation of foreign cults there. Phoenicians introduced her cult in their colonies on the Iberian Peninsula. Notice every last deity is in the form and figure of a mortal man sitting on a throne or some type of chair. Is the being known as God able to be seen? Is he ever present, omnipresent, or is he bound to one space at a time? Right? The ever-present creator versus a localized deity. Whom do you worship? Ever-present, always there, omnipresent. Present in all places, localized. To orient locally. Really? Really? Let's get back into this. Oh, look at this right here. Look at this right here. Let's go to this book of Judgment, chapter 3. If you're getting some understanding so far, y'all drop a 12,000 in the chat, family. Y'all already know how we do. We're not playing no games. No games, son. No games. Son. Okay. Okay, what else is going on? What else is going on? What else is going on in this piece? Hold on, man. Pain. What you think is a game? What you think we playing? You think we playing, don't you? You over there thinking we playing. This gang ain't playing. Walk you down with this thing, man. Walk you down with it. You right, and the crazy boy be writing Bible. Like, what's this shouldn't be no problem. You write her in Bible. Write her. Dang. Easy money, man. What's going on around these parts? Y'all go ahead and get y'all something to drink real quick, man. Stretch your legs. We about to get to this book of Judgment, chapter 3. And we're about to explain even more. You figure deal me? That's work. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get on back to it, family. Y'all already know what time it is. In the building. And my brother, shout out to my brother Mayak. What's the word, Mayak? Bishop X says somebody lied. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's share this real quick. Gang. We right back at it. You feel me? All right, bang. Let's pull this back up. See what we got going on here. All right, bang. Understanding is being had in the building. None but love and light bombs, you dig? Okay, so chapter 3, judgment. Now that we see that every deity that we done went over from biblical deities to the Cometian deities to the Canaanite deity, everybody looked like a man or a woman, all of them sitting on the throne. You feel me? And all of them are being worshipped as if they the Almighty or the Creator. And what we find out today is they pump faking. They're not. You feel me? And a lot of this is needed because the whole conscious HOK is in shambles right now. And everybody's arguing over the validity of their God. And it's just like, look, y'all still ain't learned the basics. If you learn the basics and you learn the character of your Creator, then you can't be fooled, man. You feel me? You can't be fooled. Because these deities start acting like men. They get vindictive. They get angry. You feel me? They condone warfare and bloodshed. And it's a lot going on with that. You know what I mean? Let's get into some of this real quick. Make sure we good. All right. Real thing, this chapter 3, judgment. Let's see if we can get some type of clarity on the matter. Judgment 3 and 6. First, I charge you that whoever says God calls in vain. Dang. I have not come to establish, but to abolish all gods, lords, and saviors among mortals. What is past is past. But from this time forward, whoever hears my word and the decree of my commandment and continues to make an idol of any name except the Great Spirit blasphemes against his Creator. But whoever cries out in fullness of heart saying God, meaning by that the ever-present, the Creator, is not a blasphemer before me. So the Almighty ain't even tripping off what name you call him. It's all about the idea you hold in your mind about who the Creator is and what the Almighty is all about. Remember what an idol is and what an image is. All right, an idol is an image, and the image is anything that form in your mind based off what you read or heard. That's why you got artwork of the throne room of God in Revelation. So artwork of what Jesus looked like as a black man in Revelation. So artwork about the Ancient of Days sitting in Daniel 7, 9 through 11, or artwork of who Isaiah saw sitting on the throne, or artwork of Moses looking at the hindquarters of the Almighty, or Jacob wrestling with him and beating him up. You understand? Once you understand that no one has ever seen the Almighty, Almighty is not in form and figure of none of his creation. Not a bug, not a man, not a woman, not a cheetah, a crocodile, none of that. So once you understand that, then any of the spiritual systems are showing you that, especially in Kemet, they got like crocodile heads and man bodies. There's a lot going on with that. All right. So notice what he's saying. He ain't tripping if you saying God, but you hold up top I'm talking about the Almighty, the ever-present, the Creator, that always was, is, never shall be, then there ain't no foul in the play. Right? But that makes sense. That makes sense. It's more about the ideal that you hold of the Almighty versus what you're saying. You see that? Look at it. And whoever says or Maz, meaning master light, meaning the ever-present, the creator, is not a blasphemer before me. And whoever calls any name in any language that signifies the creator is not a blasphemer before me. But, now this word come in it. There's always a but. But whoever says Brahma, and in your mind when you say Brahma, you're signifying a God in the figure and shape of a man sitting on a throne in heaven, is a blasphemer against Jehovah, the ever-present, the creator. There it is. You see, the mental image of the Almighty can't be that of what we just went over. All of them were in the form and figure of a man or a woman, and all of them were sitting on the throne. All right, so whatever you saying, whatever name you saying, right? But the mental picture you hold up top is of one sitting on a chair, a throne. That's blasphemy against the Almighty, because the Almighty's not sitting on a throne nowhere, looking like a man, sitting in a chair like me right now. That's not happening. You see that? It is. And whoever says Buddha, signifying a God in the figure and shape of a man, sitting on a throne in heaven, is a blasphemer against Jehovah, the ever-present creator. Now look at this 15, because this is the majority of the world dealing with Christians and Israelites. Verse 15. And whoever says Christ, signifying a God in the figure and shape of a man, sitting on a throne in heaven, is a blasphemer against Jehovah, the creator of all person. You see, you can't draw an image or a picture of the Almighty. No one has ever seen the Almighty. You see, you want to look at the Almighty in motion, you got to look at his creation. Yeah, that's how you learn about who the creator is, by studying his creation, which is everything from the cosmos down to yourself. You a creation. You're part of creation. You see? But when you get to putting an image of a man or a woman on there, and you get to, you're praying to it, and you know what I mean? Now, and you assume that this one you're talking about is the Almighty. That's where you off it. See, now it's a foul on the play, because you ain't supposed to be drawing no image of the Almighty, whether he look like a Hell's Angel, like he in a motorcycle club, the Hell's Angel, you dig, or he look like Denzel Washington. It's all of it is a foul on the play, because no one is at the highest raised angel ain't never seen the Almighty, because the Almighty is everywhere. The closest, look, about this. The closest comparison you got to the Almighty is the air we all breathe. You go anywhere in this earth, oxygen is present. Anywhere in this earth, oxygen is present. And that's what we all breathe. Oxygen doesn't have a shape, a form. You can be in the Congo somewhere. You can be down in the Amazon rainforest in a loincloth. You can be in the White House. You can be up there in Moscow. You can be over in Israel, Iran, over in the Philippines. Right now, as I speak, we all are pulling the same oxygen through our nostrils. That's the closest likeness you can get, or comparison you can get to what's everywhere but yet unseen. Earth, oxygen. That's the closest representation you can get to. Like, okay, now I get what it means to be everywhere and not seen. The very air you breathe in your lungs. You see that? And whoever calls on the name of any other man or angel, worshiping such as a god, is an idolater in my sight. An idolater. Dang. Really? Look at this. Look at this. Nor do I judge them less idolatrous than if they worship stone idols or graven images. So he's saying that, look, man, if you run around here saying this about the Almighty, that he's in a form and figure of a man, he's sitting on the throne, you saying Buddha, Christ, or whatever, you know what I mean, worshiping such as a god, you an idolater or an idolater, and you're no different. You're no different than if you was worshiping a tree or a stone block. Nor do I judge them less idolatrous. See, these are the basics. And if they worship stone idols or graven images. And whoever says deity, deity, and divinity, divinity, and divine law and natural law, or are judged to be in darkness. For I proclaim my heavens open. You hear what the Creator said? I proclaim my heavens open, and the way of understanding clear. Jehovah, the Creator, is ever present and does by virtue of his presence and not by any law. Notice if you hold an image in your mind about who is called God in the form and figure of a man sitting on the throne, it is idolatry and blasphemy against the ever-present Creator. The Great Spirit is everywhere at the same time and yet unseen, not in the form and figure of a man. Real easy to understand, man. We make it hard. You know what I mean? We make this type of stuff hard, man. And really it's the deities. Really is the, you know, that's all it is. It's that these false gods been warring for so long, and you've been devoted to them for so long that you can't really tell your head from your tail. And they've been operating on your fear, so you really can't tell. I mean, you really can't make no move because you scared your nuts gonna roast forever. You see? No, man, the Almighty ain't nothing like that. It's time to look. You can free yourself today from the toils and bondage of these false gods. Today you can. All right? Right now you can. Look at this word. Look at this word. It said, where God declares a day of judgment, he also bequeaths liberty to all men. Because of the ever-presence of Jehovah, you were quickened into a conscious being. Dang, you are alive and breathing and pulling air through your nostrils because the Creator's presence. The Creator's presence is there. Because of the ever-presence of Jehovah, you were quickened into a conscious being. As your earth body is of the earth, so is your spirit of Creator. Nevertheless, spirit is the opposite of corporeal life. For the latter, corporeal life comes to an end. But the spirit of man is a tree of everlasting life. Your spirit grows by cultivation, which is by the practice of wisdom, truth, virtue, benevolence, and affiliation with others. That's how your spirit grows. Shout out to the CGG, man. You're supposed to be practicing wisdom, practicing truth, practicing virtue, practicing benevolence, and linking with those, you know what I mean, that roll with the Creator. You're supposed to be doing that. That's how your spirit grows. That's why when we get together, our spirits be on fire. Like, oh, yeah, let's get it. Do not think that the soul grows by prayers or confessions to this God or that God. Your spirit, your prayers ain't went past your nostrils. Do not think that the soul grows by prayers or confessions to this God or that God. For no one shall be exalted. No one shall be resurrected. No one shall be even part of the kingdoms in the heavens. For no one shall be exalted for words without works. Faith without works is dead, right? Yet in whatever God you firmly believe, you may worship him. You want to worship a packet of ketchup? Go right ahead. You got the liberty to. You want to worship pink Himalayan sea salt? Go right ahead. You got the liberty to. You want to worship your woman? Go right ahead. You got the liberty to. You want to worship your husband? Go right ahead. You got the liberty to. You got the liberty to. Go ahead. Remember this, though. There's always a but. Because remember, you're responsible for the decisions you make. You're going to be held accountable for it. Do not think that the soul grows by prayers or confessions to this God or that God. For no one shall be exalted for words without works. Yet in whatever gods you firmly believe, you may worship him. For he is your choice. Wow, really? Go right ahead. Nor shall any man prevent you in this your liberty. But remember, see, there's always a but. Look at you. You thought you was finna be able to just slide off and have your way with greased up midgets. No. But remember, the same rule holds for all in this day. You shall never see the God you worship, unless indeed it is a who? An idol, a deceiving spirit. Good night, boy. Wow. You gotta go back through all them stories, man. Everybody claim they saw him. That's a deceiving spirit these niggas was dealing with. Wow. 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 That just put that right in your face, nigga. Go worship what you want to worship. But hey, if you can see it, it's a deceiving spirit, it's an idol. Wow, bro. That, like, man, look, reading that was like, dang, dog. You got the freedom to do it. Yeah, you got the freedom to go ahead and be a slave to a deceiving spirit. Go right ahead. Go ahead. It's your choice. You just got to deal with the blowback, man. That's crazy. You shall never see the God you worship unless indeed it is an idol. And look what he got in parentheses. A deceiving spirit, or an image of wood or stone or some corporeal substance. Dang, dog. For behold, I have cast out all gods, lords, and saviors on the earth and in the heavens of the earth. And when the spirits of the dead come to you in sarges, I mean, they appear to you, saying, behold me, I am your savior. Like that one boy that was saying the rapture was going to happen back in September. You gave me your word. Jesus, you spoke with me face to face. You gave me your word. He was mad because the rapture didn't happen, right? But look what it says. You shall never. Knows what it says. Now, right here in verse 12. And when the spirits of the dead come to you in sarges, meaning they materialize and show themselves to you, saying, behold me, I am your savior. I am your Lord. I say to you, all such spirits are drudges, demons. Dang, now how many of y'all done ran around here and claimed you saw Jesus and he appeared to you and told you it was the time? How many of y'all done been running around here talking about you done seen all this and I'm Jesus and I'm coming soon. I'm your savior. I'm your Lord. You're athletes today. My Lord and personal savior, Jesus, he appeared to me. All such spirits are demons. Is the God you worship an idol, man? That's what we ask. You gave me your words. You spoke with me face to face. Well, Joshua, I love to be the bearer of bad news. All such spirits are demons. All such spirits are demons, my nigga. And if you saw him, he was an idol anyway. You spoke with me face to face. Nevertheless, verse 13, if you worship a God or Lord, then let such be a role model to you to cast your eyes into your own soul. Purify yourself in the sight of your Creator, whom you cannot doubt. In that respect, it is no sin for you to worship any good ideal, whom you shall emulate in your behavior. Yet, because of such worship, this you shall also prove, that whoever the ancients was great. or whatever God was well known, that you set your soul on to love. Behold, Joshua, behold, familiar spirits will come to you to deceive you, professing to be that ancient of that God. It was niggas on TikTok. Boy, they even gave away their houses, their cars. That one boy in Australia was just in his backyard screaming up at the sky. Looking like a sloped head monstrosity. These niggas was giving up. Well, I wish I would have caught y'all lives. I'd have dropped my cash app, my PayPal, into your bank account. You don't need it anyway, right? Deceiving spirits will come to deceive you, boy. That's the whole point of the credit gang, man. We're trying to free you, you dig, from the clutches of these devils and these false gods, because guess where you going, boy? You going right to him when you cross over. You better proclaim yourself riding with the credit today and sever every tie and every bond and every soul tie you done made with these deities, boy. You can free yourself today, right now. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. You know what I mean? It's verse 16. And if you believe them, you believe these seducing familiar spirits. If you believe, you know, that, okay, that is your God. Your kneecaps got to slapping like you was a newborn child. You got your kneecaps dusty and you bowed and you declared your devotion to a God that you can see. All such spirits are demons. And if you believe them, then this too you shall prove. When you are dead, see? A lot of you ain't understanding. You want to see that. A lot of people went to ancestral worship. Look, you're going to see her or him. And if you believe them, then this too you should prove. When you are dead and your soul risen from the dead, behold, some deceiving spirit will come to you to use you. Nor shall you discover for a long season that you have been the dupe and slave of an unscrupulous master. Oh my God, bro. Dang. The deception don't stop as soon as you die. Oh, okay, yeah, he believed that was his God anyway. Bow, you stand before your God. It's a false God the whole time. It's slave master. So when I look at a Vocab Malone or a Captain Tazaryak or Zion Lex or any of these cats, you dig? We're looking at slaves to their deity. All their deities are slave masters. A Negro couldn't even fathom, like, dang, I'm about to straight be a slave in a false God's kingdom. Meanwhile, Creator give you liberty. It's onward and upward forever. We are to free you off the plantation, but you got to put that work in. Come on. We talking about the Almighty. We ain't over here drinking blood and chopping off heads and going to war. We ain't doing none of that. We talking about the Almighty, the greatest glory ever. Look what it say. Let me show you what it say. A deceiving spirit will come to you. Look what it say in 17. For this day in the lower heavens, there are millions of false prophets. You say a few or a smidgen, a sprinkle of them, millions, right above your head. Millions of false Buddhas, right above your head. Millions of false Christs, right above your head. Millions of them. Take your pick. Take your pick. Get you a Hell's Angel Jeebus or shit, a Jeebus that look like he's a Bantu from the Congo. You want you a black British Jesus or you want you a Nova Scotian Jesus? Take your pick. It's millions of these niggas waiting to deceive you. waiting to capture your soul and make you a slave to augment his kingdom. Millions. And millions of false Gabriel gods, or who you know as Allah. Huh? Millions. And they all false gods with kingdoms that will fall. Yeah. It means, boy, hey, the deception's so thick you can chop it with an axe, boy. And we just running around here in la la land thinking it's all safe. And there ain't nothing worse than a nigga that play it safe. Hell, you playing it safe for? Huh? You all in or not? Even when you read the Bible, Jesus say, if you're lukewarm, I'm spitting you out my mouth. Nah, there is no gray areas in this. There are no neutral game colors in this. You either ride with the Creator or you not. You either rising or you're falling. Resurrection or declension. Right? There are no gray areas and no neutral game colors. Huh? Because you influenced by these false gods, regardless if you accept them or not. Look at this. Whoever binds himself to these names while on earth becomes a fit subject, a fit slave for drudges, demons to fall upon when he enters heaven. Oh, God. Got us one. There he is. Huh? There he is right there. You bound yourself to that, boy. You was devoted to the deity. Boy, these niggas is licking their chops waiting on you to cross over. God is one. They done been over in that realm so long, boy. You look, you gonna blow all your drawers out when you cross over and look at stuff like that. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for that. You did. Not ready for that. The reality of it is millions of whatever God you call on, is millions of familiar spirits pump faking like it's that God. And the God is false. So in other words, take your pick. Do not think that great wisdom comes suddenly by dying in your early entrance into the spirit world. You shall be easily deceived. Easily. And that's for all those that's worshiping these false gods. The greater gang good. The faithless are good. Those that have an unwavering and unflinching faith in the Almighty. We good. We immediately start our resurrection process. We go right into the academies and universities of the Creator and get it cracking. You dig? The warmongers of the earth, the devotees to the false gods and all that. Oh my gosh. Hey man, if you knew the bondage that was coming, and especially for those of us that have a history of slavery and all that, you mean to tell me you done went through all this poverty, all this police brutality, all this madness to be a good stand-up Christian boy, only to be a slave when you cross over? Shit, Paul tell you he a slave of Christ, a bond servant. Hey, look. We here to get you up off that plantation, but you gonna have to get on your good foot, Johnny, and come on. See, we done playing like, oh, well, hopefully, you'll get it one day. And man, look, I'm tripping. The conversation's on the table. I'm tripping. I'm gonna challenge you to know if who you dealing with is the Creator or not. And again, that may not, you may not be tripping. That's just me. I'm tripping. You may not be tripping. You may be more, milk toast. You little milk toast with it more, you really ain't tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah. Danger itself when it comes to the false gods. You got it for sure. Damn right. Tripping. You dropping millions of these niggas is waiting on you. And I'm supposed to, oh, sister, you'll get it one day. Oh, brother, man, look, hey, look. This is what's going on. This is the reality of it. What you want to do? What you want to do? You want to play ball or not? Or even I'll say being a bond servant hit differently when you know, but yeah, that means you a slave. Do not think that great wisdom comes suddenly by dying. In your early entrance into the spirit world, you shall be easily deceived. Woo! Boy. For which reason you shall school yourself every day of your life. Run this through every day. Huh? That your creator only is your God. And that you would never see him as you see a man or an angel. Repeat this to yourself daily. I do. To where it's just natural in your spirit. So when you get to where we all going, you already on point. Run it back to where it's ingrained in you. Man, I only roll with the creator. And I'll never see creator. I'll see a man, a woman, an angel, an animal. Right? Run that through your head. You know what I mean? Run that through your head constantly. You should repeat this to yourself several times a day. This creator nothing with me. You know what I mean? And that you would never see him as you see a man or an angel, but that you can see him every day in the glory of his works. Look at this. Look at this. With this faith in your soul, you shall dive into heaven fearlessly, bow-legged in the shoulders. And when a pretended God or Savior comes to you asking tribute, you shall know in truth that he is false. Ooh wee. Let's finish this off. Look. Now, therefore, when you judge yourself to determine the balance of your good and evil deeds and your good and evil thoughts, let your creator stand as the light of your soul. Yeah. And through him judge yourself, but not as to your worship, but as to your works. Judge yourself. You know what? Especially at the end of the day, I could have said this different. I could have handled this better. And you critique yourself. And that's what the judge yourself means. Critique yourself, boy. You know what you said was off. You know what you did was off. Get better. That's what it means to judge yourself. You should be critiquing yourself, scrutinizing yourself every day. Every day. Neither shall you judge yourself by any God, Lord, Savior, or other idol, nor by any man, woman. For you yourself stand second to Creator in your attributes. Ain't nobody between you and your maker. It is your responsibility to make a God of yourself in your behavior and in your words and deeds, not worshipped. So rise up, God. Yeah. Rise up, goddess. Yeah. Daughter of the Creator, son of the Creator. Neither shall you judge yourself by any sacred book or any Bible. In the entire world, that's Holy Bible, Quran, Owaspi, Book of the Dead. Neither shall you judge yourself by any sacred book or any Bible in the entire world, nor by the words within them purport to be my words or the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. For I have abolished all such sacred books and Bibles and words and sayings contained in them, purporting to be my words and the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. Neither shall you bind yourself by them, nor judge yourself by anything that is written or printed in them. But behold, I declare to you a greater glory and judge in their place, which is Jehovah, your Creator. That's who you judge yourself by. That's how you scrutinize your behavior and critique yourself. Okay, now that ain't. Creator would have moved different than that. Creator don't even do that. You see? You should have to lick your fingers and find 1,000 precepts in no book. The phone book, the Bible, any book. Nah, you holler at your maker and understand. Look, you already be knowing when you do things that's off, or you know you could have did this better, or you know you already be knowing. But that's the beautiful thing about this. There's always room for improvement. Even when you receive the rank of God, there's room for improvement. Sometimes God fails. Now the Creator let them know I'm the only one that don't fail, boy. I ain't mad at you. At least you was trying. But even God fails sometimes. Certain times God can't get to getting certain things done. You know what I mean? Like it's real in the spirit world. But it's like that. It's like that. So you would never be thinking that God, even when you receive that title and rank, is the Almighty. You know what I mean? There's always room for improvement, even when you cross over. There's room for improvement. All right, look at this. It says right here, by him and through him you shall judge and be judged. Books are imperfect, but the Creator never. Dang, son. Dang, son. Oh, wait, that's Book of Jehovah. We got to read that too. That's that's deep. And then I'm going to jump down to that escrow. Close it out. Easy money. I'm glad y'all get some understanding. If you are getting some understanding, should I say. Y'all drop a 4,000 in the chat, man. Easy money. Easy money. The HOK is in shambles, my dog. HOK is in shambles. And it's you created gang niggas' fault. It's your fault. Y'all done swung through and put a difference between the Creator and God, and it started a what? It started a free fall. Negroes don't be knowing what's going on now, man. It's so much arguing. Oh my God, it's so much arguing, man. You know what I mean? But I love the work the gang putting in, though. I can't front. It's a very powerful, beautiful thing, and I love the fact that we unapologetic about it. You apologize to you by what? By what? Letting you know your deity, your God is false. That's right, Cal. The HOK is not a house of Cosmon. That's right, brother. That's right, brother. Let's get some more revelation. Book of Jehovah, chapter 7. To which end you shall be co-workers with one another in system and order. In my name, you should become an organic body and known as the organic body and known as the heaven of the earth or lower heaven, which shall travel with the earth. And I will allot to you a chief who is wise and experienced and found in heavenly kingdoms. Notice the kingdoms is plural. And he shall appoint from among you officers, messengers, ashars, asaps, and esenars. And you shall be numbered and apportioned to your labor and places like in my other lower heavens on other worlds. So there's the heavenly kingdom is being set up, and there's a system and order in place. It's not just haphazard, you know what I mean? Look at this. He who is chief, and again, watch be revealed, it ain't just the earth. There's plenty of corporeal worlds that have atmospheres around them in which God set up kingdoms in. For what purpose, Malachi? For the resurrection of mortals. For the resurrection and perfection of mortals. The sons and daughters of the Creator. Look, he who is chief shall be called God of this heaven and the earth, which are now bestowed to his making. Look at this. And God shall have a council and throne within his heavenly city. And the place shall be called, see, notice God sits on a throne. Right? True and false gods sit on the throne. The difference is if you're worshiping the one sitting on the throne, that's a false god or deity. And God shall have a council and throne within his heavenly city. And the place should be called Horeb, because it is the first kingdom of God in this firmament. And God shall rule on his throne, for it is his. And his council shall rule with him in my name. So God rules in the name of the Creator. God is not the Creator. In my name, they shall have dominion over angels and mortals belonging to the earth. Watch this. And God shall appoint chiefs unto him, who shall go down and dwell on the earth with mortals. And the labor of these chiefs shall be with mortals for their resurrection. And these chiefs shall be called who? Lords. For they are gods of land, landlords. Oh my God. Oh. For they are gods of land. That's where you get the phrase landlord from. Which is the lowest rank of my commissioned gods. And you over some of them, you praying to the Lord. And the Lord is the lowest rank of a God. Dang, dog. This is starting to get crazy out here. Notice the Lord is the lowest rank of the Creator's commissioned gods. We've been calling the Lord the Most High. The term most low is more appropriate. Lord God equal land God. Does the Holy Bible allude to the Lord being a land God? Absolutely. Deuteronomy 23, 12 through 14. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither you shall go forth abroad. And you shall have a paddle upon your weapon. And it shall be when you will ease yourself abroad. When you go take a number 2. When you go take a bobo. When you go make a deposit into the Mississippi River. You shall dig therewith and shall turn back and cover that which comes from thee. So you just have to, if you had to go, drop something off in the commode, you just have to have a paddle to go dig a hole. You'll take your dump in the hole and then cover it, with the remaining dirt that's right there where you taking your drop in. Why though? For the Lord your God walks in the midst of your camp. So he's a land God. He's walking on the earth. For the Lord your God walks in the midst of your camp to deliver you and to give up your enemies before you. Therefore shall your camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee and turn away from thee. So bobo, dung, is unclean to the Lord, the land God. And he let you know, I don't want to be stepping on no landmines. I don't want dung on my shoe or sandals. Why? Because he's a land God. He's a land God. A Lord is a land God. You've been praying to the Lord. The Lord. Who you been praying to? The Lord. Notice, Yahweh or the Lord walks through the midst of Israel's camp. This is the 40-year wandering of the sons of Jacob in the wilderness after leaving Egypt and before entering the promised land. The Lord is on the earth walking with them. The Holy Bible agrees with Owaspi. A Lord is a land God. Let's get another example. Almost done, y'all. Almost done. Genesis 11, 4 through 9. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name. What's up, boy? And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Dang, watch this. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower. No, you ain't broke no bone, boy. You still walking. Do stretch or something. Stretch or something, little joker. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men built. Hold on, what you mean he came down? I thought the Creator was everywhere. But he got to come down to see what's going on. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. If you're ever present, you should already be there. If you know all, you ain't got to come somewhere to see. If you're already there and you know all, you ain't got to come there, to see what's going on. You already there and you already got the knowledge of what they do. You see that? Look at this. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Look what the Lord is saying. Go to. Let us. The Lord is plural in this. The Lord is plural. And the Lord, it is a go to. Let us go down. Notice it said up here, and the Lord came down to see the city. The Lord is Yahweh, Yahweh. Huh? But right here in this Genesis 11, 5, 6, and 7, Yahweh is plural. It ain't just one of them. Plural. Meaning more than one. Look what verse 7 say. Go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. And the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there at Babel on earth confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Y'all see that? The Lord is a land God. God of land. That's where you get landlord from. And he's the lowest rank of the Creator's commissioned God. You've been praying to the Lord. Praise the Lord. Your mama in church praising the Lord right now. Man, it's ugly, bro. I'm just trying to tell you. Look at it. At the building of the Tower of Babel, notice the Lord had to come down to the earth to see the building of the city and the tower. This alone proves the Lord is a land God and also not the ever-present Creator. The Creator is everywhere at one time or omnipresent. The fact that he had to come down to see what was going on proves he wasn't already there. Notice also, according to verses 5 through 7, the Lord or Yahweh is plural and not singular, alluding to more than one Lord or Yahweh. Houston, we have a problem. Book of Safat or Aspi headshot. Coming to an end, y'all. Degree of the golden chamber. Degree of the golden chamber. Question. Who is Jehovah, the Creator? Answer. The Great Spirit. He who is over all and within all, the potent and unseen. It is he whose ever presence quickens into life all that live. You see? So you can't even confuse the Creator with a God. See that? You can't even confuse the Creator with a God. Oh wait. Look at this. Where is Jehovah? Answer. Everywhere. Everywhere. Nor is there a place without him. What is his form? Meaning what he look like. Is he bow-legged in the shoulders? Do he got big calf muscles? What is his form? Is he 6'5"? What is his form? Answer. No man can attain to know his form. What is his extent? Meaning how far is his reach? Answer. No man can attain to know his extent. Why? Because he boundless. Watch this. Question. Is he a person? Answer. Inasmuch as all the living are persons, so is he the all person of all things. Inasmuch as his ever presence quickened into life all that live, so is his ever presence with the living, seeing, hearing, and feeling. Remember this: seeing, hearing, and feeling every word and act of all men, women, and children on earth and in heaven. Bag drop, boy. That's not none of us. I'm telling some cats that not that long ago. Like, look, y'all heard us saying creator now. Nick Rose, oh, you're the creator. No, at best a co-creator, but you're not the creator. Because ain't nam one of you. Can't nam one of you see, hear, and feel every word and act of every man, woman, and child on earth and in heaven. On every word. Come on, man. Like, you ain't heard nothing blood curdling or evil yet. You just don't like the message. You just don't like the message, nor do you like that it's coming from Creator Gang. You don't like that. But you ain't, look, if I paid you $1 million to point out where we said something evil about the creator, you couldn't even come collect, nigga. You couldn't even come collect. You can't time stamp it. We ain't the ones putting the evil jacket on creator. That's y'all. You just don't like the message. And the ones that are bringing it out. That's it. That's it. You just in your feelings. Where did his name come from? That's an excellent question. Because nigga will be like, oh, you got the same God as... No, we don't. No, we don't. That deal say, as the wind whispers in the leaves, and in the ocean surge, and then the thunder above, and in the winter shrill whistle, so came the name E. And those are the vowels that represent creator. E. And it's based off the sounds that the wind makes. The very oxygen that we all breathe in is based off the sound that it makes. Which has become Jehovah and Elohim and Elohim and Wenohim. How was he discovered? Answer. The angels of heaven taught man of. Who are the angels of heaven? Answer. People who once lived on earth or other physical worlds. Question. Well, what is their form? What they look like? Well, angels look just like men. Why? Because they are men. They're one-time living men and women. Why wouldn't they look like men when they appear to you? Even as mortals, but being perfect in their order. Question, where is heaven? Answer, worlds unseen by mortals fill the ethereal firmament above. These worlds are heaven. These are the spirit worlds. These are the ethereal worlds. These are the abodes or the living places of the spirits of the dead. Oh my God, bro, this is crazy. Watch this right here. Question. Who are familiar spirits? Answer. Our fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, and other relatives and friends who have not been dead long. Familiar spirits are also other spirits who have not learned of or risen to the heavens above the earth's atmosphere. Many of these abide on the earth and with mortals, some for a few years, some for 100, and some for 1,000 or more years. Good night, boy. You getting answers about the spirit world. Now, this is Spirit Basics 101. You see, there's a lot of talk going on, but ain't nobody really showing you no system and order. I'm breaking down the difference between the creator and the gods and the lords and the guardian angels. And, you know, and again, you ain't got to believe or whatever. It's just, at least you're aware of what's going on now. But when you see certain things that the gang was telling you about, you find yourself over on that other side, you know what I mean? You can adapt and move accordingly. You dig? You tell us thank you when we get there. Look at this. Well, what is an idol? Answer. Anything having form and figure that is worshipped. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Question. Who is God? Answer. A spirit with a heavenly throne. A spirit with a heavenly throne. Believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Hold on. Boy, you got that boy Jazor. Y'all can say the Most High sits on his throne. But the Most High God is El Elyon. And we just showed El earlier sitting on the throne, bro. This just say God is just a spirit with a heavenly throne. But believed by people in darkness to be the creator. Okay. Niggas is compromised, bro. Compromise, right? You can't even see it. That's the scary part about it. You can't even see that. Like, hold on, boy. You ain't peeping what you said. Huh? Who is God? A spirit with a heavenly throne, believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals to call them that also. Wow. Question, who are saviors? Your mighty Lord and personal savior? Who are saviors? Answer, familiar spirits who have kingdoms in the atmosphere. You mean tell me a savior is a familiar spirit? Familiar, look, a God can be a familiar spirit. They're to deceive thou. Familiar spirit, who are say familiar spirits who have kingdoms in the atmosphere, which by the ancients was called the lower heaven. Saviors are tyrants. Huh? You know, like a Donald Trump, you know, like a Adolf Hitler, you know, like a Joseph Stalin, you know, like a King Leopold, you know, like a slave master Crenshaw. Saviors are tyrants who make slaves of other spirits, who believe in them. Their slaves are sent back to mortals as guardian angels or familiars in order to make captives of mortals after death, to augment, to build up the Savior's kingdoms in the atmosphere. So Tazaryak's guardian angel is a tyrant. He done made slaves. See, Tazaryak's God or Savior is a tyrant who has made slaves of other spirits. And then his Savior have sent these same slaves back to himself, back to or to like a Tazaryak. But for what purpose? To put his big ass in chains when he cross over. In order to make captives of mortals after death. To put them in chains and put them to work. Get to building my kingdom up. In order to make captives of mortals after death, to augment the Savior's kingdoms in the atmosphere. This is an excellent question right here. How can a man escape the toils of false lords, God's saviors, and for me? How can I escape the bondage of them, man? Like, I understand what y'all saying. I don't want to be no slave to none of that when I cross over. What do I need to do? That's an excellent question. Answer. He shall covenant with Jehovah every day of his life. So you make your covenant daily, right? And serve him by doing good works to others with all his wisdom and strength. You see, you covenant with the Creator. The Creator is the only one I'm rolling with. And I'll never see him as I see a man, woman, angel, animal. I can see him every day in the glory of his works, right? But then you make your covenant, then serve the Creator by doing good to others with every fiber of your being, with all the wisdom and strength in you. Do good to others. Nor shall he call in prayer on the name of a Savior. God, stop praying to these deities and gods. Covenant with the Creator. Get out here and do good works with all your wisdom and strength to the next man, woman, and child. And stop praying to him. Stop praying to him or praying in the name of them. Nor shall he call in prayer on the name of a Savior, a God, or any other spirit, but on the great Spirit only. If he does this, and he eschews, he avoids contention, war, like Netanyahu and Ayatollah Khamenei, leadership, earthly gain, and earthly aggrandizement, then Etherian angels will come and guard him in the name of the Creator Jehovah. Who are Etherians? Answer. Spirits who have risen above the bondage of the earth and its atmosphere. Spirits who can come only to mortals who attain beyond earthly desires. Dang, dog. Dang, son. We're going to end it right here. And we do a part 2. We're going to get to the teachings of Abraham. Spirit Basics 101. The difference between Abraham and Noah's being Abraham in the Bible. Spirit Basics 101. Because he taught some very key, truths that you need to know. You in the spiritual war, right? Right? And a lot of y'all claim y'all having visitations and you the groovy guru. You've been selling spirits, pink Himalayan sea salt, trinkets, crystals. You're doing all type of stuff. And you're so spiritual, right? Yeah, well, you need to know the basics of the spirit world. I'm not saying anything wrong with jewelry and stones and all that extra, but you need to know the basics of where you going. You need to know how to handle up because there's millions of deceiving spirits waiting on you. You got to handle up, man. You got to know how to. And that's what I've realized. I'm like, these niggas don't know the basics, man. Like, this is basic. This ain't even, you know what I mean? This ain't even like, yo, watch me get real deep. This right here is real deep to the average. But look, this is spiritual basics 101. The gang been know. We know all this. You know what I mean? We trying to pass it to you so you can avoid worming on your belly. We're going to end it right here. Chapter 40, book of Estra, O-I-Speed, body blow. Finishing, for in the time of the fulfillment of my revelations, it will not be sufficient for either heaven or earth to reestablish spiritual communion. But it shall also be shown to them that there are kingdoms and principalities in heaven. And they are ruled, over by both good and bad gods. Moreover, they shall understand the truth that whoever worships Buddha shall go to Buddha to be his slaves. And whoever worships Brahma shall go to Brahma and be his slaves. It apply to Christ. It apply to Muhammad and them. Allah. If that's whoever you worship, you they slave. And that's how we know it ain't created, because we're not the creator slaves. It's liberty with creator. Freedom. Your rise and fall is all on you. No, I mean, creator ain't gonna skip a beat because you turn dark and decide to start laying with greased up midgets. That's on you. Just know whoever you worshiping, that's where you're going. That's exactly where thou going. You going right there. You know what I mean? To be their slaves. I will make it plain to them that to worship a spirit, though he is a god, is simply the giving of their own souls into bondage. For they shall in that day understand that the great spirit, the ever-present, is not an idol. The creator is not an idol in the figure of a man sitting on a throne. Good night, boy. Is your God an idol? Does he sit on the throne? Has he been seen? Is he worshipped? Then guess what? Yeah, your God is an idol, a false god. And guess where you going once you cross over? Unless you make your covenant stand with the creator now, today, you're going to be their slave. And build up their kingdom until they crack and fall. Because all their kingdoms are coming down. They all gonna fall. They got the sons and daughters of the creator believing they are the creator. In all the different divisions and quarters of the earth. Yeah. Yeah. Every last one of them niggas coming down. Every last one of them. And guess where they going from there? A hell not. Right? Yeah, the beautiful thing is, though, you're going to be there forever, man. You know what I mean? They going into a hell knot and you with them. You going in a hell knot with them. Yeah, you be tormented for a minute, you know what I mean? But it's a place of torment that you built for yourself. The creator ain't putting you in that. You built it yourself, man. But the creator is so powerful and merciful that eventually he going to send someone like the creator gang to deliver you out of hell. And them hell knots. You dig? It ain't gonna be a smooth transition. We're gonna be bow-legged in the shoulders, cracking water whips and fire whips across your back. Get your ass over there in that fire ship and come on. We could have been past this. Over here being so quoted and devoted to this deity even when you was on earth tripping. Yeah, that's another thing you learn when you cross over. You learn how to deliver hell. You know what I mean? You just the merciful and the beautiful thing about creator is, even though you put yourself there, you his son or his daughter. You know what I mean? We're his sons and daughters. He'll never leave you like that. He did, but there is a lesson to be learned. You dig? There is a lesson to be learned. Free yourself from these deities and these gods today, man. Make your stand with the Creator today. You dig? And boldly proclaim I'm no one's slave, man or God. I roll with the ever-present, the Creator. I will make it plain to them that to worship a spirit, though he is a God, is simply the giving of their own souls into bondage. Dang. For they shall in that day understand that the great spirit, the ever-present, the Creator, is not an idol in the figure of a man sitting on the throne. Is your God an idol? Omnipresent, all places at the same time. Omniscient, all knowledge. Omnipotent, all powerful. And unseen or invisible, impossible to look upon as we see other men, women, children, or animals. These are the main attributes belonging to the ever-present Creator, whose magnitude is incomprehensible and whose presence is everywhere. Oh-wee. And as we come back for a part dose, or whatever the next part is, that's what we're going to look deeper into more characteristics and compare and contrast the ever-present Creator versus the localized deities. If y'all enjoyed the understanding or the teaching today, got some great understanding, you know what I mean, take this and pass it on to the next brother, the next woman, the next child. It did. And drop a vortex in the chat, man. Get them vortices spinning, man. CGG in the building. Still cooking, baby. Yeah, this was part 3. Start dropping these spirit basics on everybody. Get back to the basics, man. That's what I realized. You know, you got the basics, but we do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people don't got the basics down when it comes to this. You know what I mean? Spiritual walk. System and order of the Creator. You know what I mean? The character of the Creator. You know, what's the system and order once you die and cross over? What you need to do to get your grades up and be, you know, land. Where you can land in a very great spot once you cross. Like, it's a lot to go with it. But it's very, very practical. It ain't even nowhere near as hard as the false guys that made it all these years. You know what I mean? Number 11. Like, I see my brother Cosmo and Cal, the cloud kicker. My brother. What's the word, Cosmo and Kruger. FGK Capone is in the building. Much love, Much love, my brother. Hey, these brothers have produced the whole album. Yeah. The undergrads. Y'all post the link into all our Facebook Messenger groups. You know what I mean? What I want to do is start playing them deals. Like, you know, start playing half the album when you start, maybe the other half when you get done or whatever. Y'all keep that music coming, man. That music is very, very inspiring. You got music over the Book of Satantes. Like, all the music is based off the books in Oasis. I'm like, dang, that's cold, bro. That's cold. That's cold. Big homie Nehemiah's in the building. You see, Imam Mahaya is in the building. From Florida to Ohio. My brother Just Me is in the building. Man, nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. Of course, my brother, the young shooter, Prince Judah Vaughn is Prince Cosmon is in the building. Oh, man, that's right. I'll be free. Be free. Much love. I'm about to feed my whiskers. I'm hungry a little taste. I'll catch back up with y'all till the next time. Keep your brother in your prayers. You know, Y'all doing a lot of travel in and out. Much love, family. All right, till the next time. All praise to the creator, the God maker, the maker of suns, moons, and stars. You know, it always was, is, and never shall be, the mighty and great spirit, the mighty and great I am, whose magnitude is incomprehensible. Okay? Comprehend the creator in its entirety, and whose presence is everywhere. Or would you want to say everywhere? It's your little brother, Malaki Macabee. Number love and light bombs to everybody. And you know, CGG still cooking, man. Easy work. I'll probably, you know, catch a live or something later on. You see what those of the low vibratorial nature are talking about. You know, and ask the creator for more light and wisdom to raise these brothers and sisters out of their darkness. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And again, you may not be tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah, until the next time, family. Love, light, and all that good stuff in between, man. It's an excellent day to get outside and do something good for the next man, woman, and child, man. Hey, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. You just get it done. Faith just don't make no excuses, right? Get it done. All right, till the next time. Love and light. Shout out to my bro FGK, Paul, my brother Kev. One of the credit games, many producers that we have. Big, much love. For Brian Joe. Brian Joe, I'm already another producer we have. We dropping music now. It's a rap. Ooh-wee. All right, I catch y'all on the back end. Love and light bombs, family.